Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 1041 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday to everybody.
Happy Tuesday.
Hi.
Had my baseball practice last night.
How you feeling?
Sore. Yeah. And I took ground balls and threw for an hour. So way more than I'm used to doing, way more than my body's used to. But I wasn't lifting weights or anything.
No, but I mean, the things that'll get you are the things you're not used to doing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you picked up a bunch of weights that you haven't in a while, you would feel it.
For sure.
But if it's anything that's in your wheelhouse, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And eventually, the whole point of all this in the offseason is to make sure you don't feel that way in the regular season when the games start.
Yeah.
You're doing your spring training.
Yeah, it was fun, though. Use my new...
How late did you stay out?
Not late.
No?
Not late. No. I was home by 10:30.
All right.
So, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's pretty
terrible.
good, man.
Yeah. It was funny. When I got there, the place was just loaded with 11-year-old kids.
That's a normal thing at this time of year,
just
man.
absolutely loaded. There had to be 10,000 11-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there by myself in the spectator section, and the kids were getting ready to leave. So they were congregating. And Kev, 14-year-old kids. I'm not sure how much you know about 11-year-old kids, but
Pretty squirrely.
it was like having 200 Punch the Monkeys there.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just running around and blah, blah. And then they started telling jokes.
Oh, the best.
It was like the dirtiest, most racist jokes
Oh, man.
I have heard in 30 years.
Oh, no.
I'm not even going to say what facility I was at, because even though there were 200 kids there, I don't want parents being like, I wonder if that was Billy.
Yeah.
Well, if it was Billy, Billy has some issues. And
Jeez.
it just made me think, though, first of all, I was surprised. And secondly, it made me think, are we just wasting our breath? Just overall, in general. Are we just kind of, what I want to say, but I can't say it. But is it just kind of self-gratification? Oh, this generation, this, and here's what we need to do with that. And here are the moral fiber of this. And then you see an 11-year-old kid making jokes about Chinese people, and you're like, every generation is just going to do what they're going to do. Right? They're just going to do what they're going to do.
I don't know. I think kids are just generally stupid, and they're going to do whatever they can to make their friends laugh. And the edgier, the better at that age, because when you're the edgy one, you're different.
Yeah, I'm not worried about who's going to take care of me in the nursing home because this kid's telling racist jokes. It's just more we come on here every day and we beat our gums for 4 hours and feel like we're making some sort of a difference. And maybe no one is. Maybe we're all going to do what we're going to do and it doesn't matter.
Well, it's tough to overcome the algorithm, right? So if these kids are being fed online content that is leaning that way, it's going to be tough to steer them in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge issue.
But I mean, Dave, did people not tell those kinds of jokes when you were 10 and 11?
Not to this level.
Okay.
No, it was grown up
Because
stuff.
I mean, people, I heard every kind of joke you could from kids in grade school.
Yeah, not like these.
I mean, and you name it, made up nursery rhymes that were awful.
Yeah.
Changing the words to things to make them worse, whether it was
I guess it's
sexist or racist or whatever.
I guess what it is, it's a combination of, and I'm not clutching my pearls, what are we going to do about the next generation? It was just jarring.
Yeah.
When the jokes were way worse than our jokes at that age. And we're so I don't have my sea legs for that.
I get you.
It's been so long since anyone I know told a racist joke on or off the air that it's just wow.
No, I get it. I mean, I'm not trying to justify it. I just know 11-year-olds are 11-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they tend to do the things that will get them the most attention. And when you're in your group of friends, how do you get attention? You're the crazy one.
Yeah.
You're the loud one. You're the funny one. You're the one that's edgy. You will put you actually are the one that, I don't want to say threatens, but probably pushes your boundaries and your an authority. That's what makes a kid stand out.
Man, I got to push back on that a little bit. Janelle brings up a good point. She says, but now kids see people making money off of that type of awful
Mhm.
content. And I do think, I don't know how much these kids are like reveling and trying to be bad as much as like they might just be mimicking what they genuinely think is funny and cool based on what they're seeing online.
Well, the online world didn't exist when I was a kid.
Right.
And the same jokes did.
I don't know. Like, I
mean, I don't want to say any of them.
Okay, like,
but
let's
they're
take
awful.
But let's take like misogyny as a example. I am hearing offhand misogynistic comments and seeing them online to a degree I have never seen in my life.
Yeah.
It is deliberately ramping up, and there are content creators out there like hell bent on molding young men to think
No
in this
question.
way.
Yeah.
It's the Andrew Tate world.
Right. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think that's going to apply to like every taboo subject out there.
But if kids 11 are seeing that, then the problem is parents.
Yeah.
Your kids shouldn't be watching Andrew Tate at 11 years old.
Yeah.
Or even the polar opposite. At 11 years old, your kids shouldn't be being brainwashed with any kind of social or political ideas on the internet. So, yeah, part of that is, the stupid world that we live in, because you're right, Rach. That's the stuff that gets clicks and gets engagement, and it gets both kinds of engagement, right? It gets the kinds of people that agree, and it gets the people mad. So when you get the double banger where you get attention and engagement from both the people that agree with you and the people that hate you, now you're really making money. And I think a lot of these people know it. I know a lot of them are true believers. I know a lot of them are not. They're just grifters that know this is an easy buck.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't change the impact, though, of what happens. But, man, if we are in a spot where kids have the ability to just see all that stuff and watch all that stuff unchecked at 11 years old, then we're not doing our job as parents.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
We're just not, we're making it too easy.
Yeah, I think a lot of parents just have no idea what's out there and what their kid is consuming.
I hope not. I mean, I know my kid's not 11, but she's not that old either. I mean, she's still in her 20s. And we had a pretty good idea. I mean, there are plenty of pretty easy ways to make sure that nothing terrible is going on. It's not automatic. It's not super easy. But, I mean, you set boundaries. You set limits. Here's what you have access to. And it grows as you get older, as you show you have the capability of handling more. It's like kind of the same way as all of us grew up, right? When you showed you were responsible, you maybe got the keys to the car. You always kind of have to graduate to the next level by showing something to your parents that you can handle it, that you're mature enough, that you're doing well enough in school, and these things aren't distracting you from the things you need to take care of. But if we're getting kind of like unfettered access early and nobody's paying attention, well, then, yeah, that's bad.
Here is the conundrum of Wheeler, though. I agree and think you're right about just about everything that comes out of your mouth.
Wow.
No, it's true, because you are a very smart, logical, black and white, this is right, this is wrong kind of person. But I think maybe you fail to see the reality of it. Like, I think I didn't have to monitor Phoebe's social media when she was young because she didn't have it. So I didn't have to go through that test. But I'm not sure how I would have passed it. I'm just not the guy. I should be the guy, and don't crucify me for this. I'm just being honest. It would have been tough for me to have been the guy that's like putting an app on her phone or reading, we did our best and she made it through and she's great. But I think a lot of parents lack the maybe courage.
Or just the knowledge. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there raising kids who just don't realize what their kids can access. Like they give them YouTube for kids and it's like, well, it's for kids. And they don't realize that that can be infiltrated by bad actors.
But I mean,
not to mention,
here's the problem. Like, I understand boomers not getting that. Anyone Gen X and younger should not be mistaking that.
Well, don't forget,
I'm Gen X and I grew up with this stuff. Like, I understand how that all works.
Don't forget, it's not just them either. They not only need to have the
Good
mantle
point.
of being a good parent, but all of their sons or daughters' friends' parents
Good call.
must take on that mantle
Yeah.
too. Because if they
there's
go to
one
school,
kid with access.
That's a great
if
point.
there's one
Yeah.
kid with access,
Yep.
they're all going to have access.
That's
to
a great point.
Yeah.
100%.
So it almost
because we did.
yeah.
I had
In a different way.
access to Hustler and
Yeah,
Playboys
yep,
because
because
If-
one person had it.
one person had it.
If
One
one of
person
your
found their dad's
friends,
stash, yeah.
if one of your friends had Showtime in the 90s,
Yeah.
everyone had Showtime in the 90s.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're right.
There's also, and I'm not trying to be like technology is bad, get rid of technology. Let's just acknowledge what happens. We are all in some way addicted to our phones. I was reading earlier today about a study of in little babies. They will be so engaged when they're sitting and their mom is smiling at them and talking to them and cooing at them. And then they ran an experiment where the mom just had no expression on their face. And the babies would just crumple and they would become expressionless and seem depressed. And then the second the mom would start engaging again, the babies were fine and happy. Well, think about the amount of people who are maybe looking at their phone instead of looking at their little baby, or looking at their phone instead of looking at their toddler or their small child. That's having a huge effect.
Yeah.
And I don't think any one of these people on an individual level, it's like, I don't think they're intentionally making the decision of I like my phone more than I like my kid. It's just, we're all kind of addicted to this thing that we have constant access to.
Yeah.
And that is going to trickle down and affect society and affect development in these kids.
Yeah, there was what was it? There was a story in the summer, maybe, that some of the new Gen Z parents, young parents, won't read to their kids because it's boring.
Right.
Well, then don't have a kid, because if you don't read to your kid, you're damaging your kid. They're not going to progress the way that the rest of their peers will.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can't make yourself do the things that are necessary for your child, don't have a child.
Yeah, I'm not making excuses for me because, like I said, I didn't fail it because I wasn't really tested, but I think I would have failed it. But I think you have to cut a little slack for the first generation of parents to face XYZ, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents probably had to deal with something with you that the grandparents didn't.
Right.
And
right.
this was a big one.
For sure.
I mean, the social media stuff. Aaron says kids know workarounds. Parents have no idea about, even with protection apps and limits, sadly.
And it's part of, and this is from the school of Wheeler's dad. They also have to have the fear of God from you. They need to fear you, not necessarily physically, but need to know that if you get caught going around the rules that I set as dad, you lose every privilege you have. Your phone's gone. You will not get to do your fun activities. You're done. If you're lying to me and you're going around it, but it has to be consistently enforced, though.
Yeah.
And it's hard. That's how I learned it. A lot of my behaviors were because I was just afraid of the consequences. I knew 100% sure, because from day one it was that way.
Same.
That if I lied to my dad or I got caught cheating on something, there was no second conversation. I'm losing the things that I care the most about.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard because conflict is hard and angry, upset kids are hard. But at the same time, if they don't have that fear, then they will push, because that's what kids do. Did you not push? We did. I know I did.
Yeah. And I did physically fear my parents, even into my teenage years.
Yeah.
And I didn't do much. I was a good kid, but I remember in ninth grade, my friend who was an exchange student brought half a bottle of wine to the house, and we're taking drinks and taking fake drinks and stuff. I would have had my ass busted for that, but I didn't get caught.
Okay.
So I was pushing, even though I knew the outcome could be dire.
Yeah. But it's, that it is an extra challenge. I think the further, I guess, I don't know, maybe you guys can see if I'm right on this or not. There are always new things, right? Every parent generation has a thing that their parents probably didn't have to worry about. But you also came up in the environment that led to that thing being there.
Yeah.
So I don't know, should there be a curve, or should it kind of be the same? I don't know. You should probably understand these things because you're coming up at that time too. Unless you're a parent that had a kid at 45 and it's a little bit different, right? You're in this almost 2 generations removed from that age group.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm not worried about those little boys last night making those jokes, other than what am I trying to say? I think white people and men have kind of had the run of the table for thousands of years. And in the last 25 years, we've seen non-white people surge. And we have gone through Me Too, where men have been called on the carpet. And you knew at some point there would be a pushback. And I think we're seeing that now with like the Andrew Tates of the world and, you know, a lot of people in the right. I'm not saying MAGA's misogynist. I'm just saying like there are elements of that you're seeing pop up more and more, to Rachel's point. And I think that makes sense. I'm not saying it's good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's something that's predictable. You can't hold a beach ball under water forever.
Yeah.
And I think we're starting to see the first
That's a good point.
remnants of that. Of
Yeah.
people like, you know what? Not only am I going to say it, I'm going to yell it.
Yeah.
I'm going to make money off it.
You see how it goes back and forth, right? Because not that long ago, if you did that, oh boy.
Yeah. Tell you guys about Universal Windows Direct. Apologies if I'm boring you with this, but it's just that, like I always say, Universal Windows Direct is one of my clients that have a thing. They have two things. The first one is their windows are great. The guarantees, the warranties are great. Lifetime, no questions asked, 1-sentence warranty. Once you buy a window from Universal, you're not going to ever pay for anything again on that window. The second thing is they always give you a great deal. Now, like any of my clients, but especially my construction clients, I think my clients would recommend getting at least a couple of bids, maybe 3, because I am confident that my people will win your business. All I can do is get you to go to a website, make the phone ring, and then it's on them. I'm confident that they will do well by you. The deal right now is buy 2 windows, get 2 for free with no limit. 0% interest for 36 months. So take 3 years to pay with no added cost. $500 off your total bill. 314-334-2522 or universalwindowsdirect.com.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, DC. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-538-5188. That's 636-538-5188 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-538-5188.
Get ready, St. Louis area. The St. Charles Boat Show is here March 5th through 8th at the St. Charles Convention Center. See the top dealers from the Lake of the Ozarks and climb aboard your next dream boat. New models, great deals, and summer fun starts here. Visit lakeoftheozarksboatdealers.com for details.
Zero Res wants to give your home the love and attention it deserves. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $119. Take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Book online at ZeroResSTL.com and mention the KMOX special.
Built on a century. Focused on today. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. I was just sharing some of the jokes with the guys.
Jeez.
Pretty bad for 11-year-old kids.
In a public place, too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, that's the part that's also kind of jarring. I mean, look, again, I'm around kids for coaching all the time. They get stupid.
Yeah.
They do terrible things. They say they love to swear. Kids, you know, like 10 to 14, 15 love to swear. But I know this. I don't have my guys doing that stuff around me.
Yeah.
Because I think they know.
Yeah, that's good.
You're going to be, and I don't mean just that stuff. I mean, like just regular language. Forget mean towards groups of people, just foul language. Like, just understand this. I'm not going to be upset about it.
Yeah.
But if parents walking by with little kids complain to me, you will hate the day you learned those words.
Yeah.
Because you will run until you puke. And if you don't like it or your parents don't like it, you can go play somewhere else. Because you do have to respect other people. And that's the part that's important. I mean, all of it's important. You should respect other people and not joke like that. But when you're 11, you don't necessarily know the difference.
Yeah.
Well, Christian on the stream points out that the internet has desensitized a lot of these kids to everything. So everything's a joke.
That's a good point. There's so many people. And I would even put people in their 20s that are like that. Like, everything. Why is it so serious? It's not that serious. Like, well, yeah, it kind of is if you're being a jackass.
And a lot of that is going to come with age.
Yes.
Things are going to happen and make you realize, like, yeah, there are times where it's just best to not joke about that. Whatever laughs you think you're going to get out of the situation are not going to be worth the hurt that you're also causing. But that is something that I do think gets better as you grow up.
I
Hopefully,
cut young people a lot of slack because I used the R word my whole life. It was a huge word.
At that time, it was super common.
And it's only been since I've had my radio show that I got an email from someone. I forget what the disability was with their child. They were very nice.
Mm-hmm.
They were not confrontational. And they're like, if people say that, it really hurts me. And I try to protect my child from it, but I can't. It hurts them. So I was a grown man before I said, I'm not going to do this because it hurts other people, as opposed to getting in trouble or something. So.
Your ride home just got a lot less of this and a lot more of this.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going, a swing and a high fly ball, deep left field, and it's a gunner.
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, Bernie Miklasz, 3 voices, 1 hour, all Cardinals. From roster battles in Jupiter to pennant races in St. Louis, the Redbird Rush Hour delivers. The Redbird Rush Hour, weeknights at 5 on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Midwest winters take a real toll on your garage door. Let my friends at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis come out and perform their 26-point tune-up on your garage door and opener. The work is guaranteed, and it's just one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. No extra charge for evening or Saturday service. Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, since 1926, 100 years. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com. That's overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
When my wife and I got married after both graduating law school, we didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. Ultima had to give me her gas card just to drive home. We never could have imagined that one day we would have the largest injury firm in the world and $25 billion in money collected and counting. As good Catholics, we had 4 children fast. They all work in the firm today. Our family protecting yours. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. But our greatest gift was years away, grandchildren. Today we have 6 and counting. It's the greatest joy that we have ever experienced. I think about them all day long. Our family promises to protect your family should you need us. Call us. It's easy. Visit forthepeople.com and make sure you hug your grandchildren. God's final gift to us. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Temperatures easing on us this afternoon. Partly sunny skies, 55. However, it's windy from the south. As a result, it's going to feel chilly to be out and about, especially if you're caught in the wind. Some clouds around tonight. 40 for the overnight low. Wednesday, quiet, sunny, and 53. Wednesday night, clouds dominate, some light rain showers after midnight, 37. So it'd be chilly rain showers. Thursday, some morning showers, all on the light side. Otherwise, partly sunny in the afternoon and 49. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Hi, it's Kevin Wheeler here with Gloria Liu of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Welcome back, Gloria. Now, for years now, you've been on KMOX helping families plan their next big move with your Guaranteed Sold program. So for those planning to sell their home this year, what's your best advice?
Thank you. My advice is simple. Do your homework before listing your home. Our market is stabilizing, inventory is tightening and moving fast. In other words, the realtor you choose to sell your home really matters. That's why my sellers love my Guaranteed Sale program. I guarantee to sell your home at your agreed upon price and time frame, or I will buy it myself. I have thousands of buyers in my buyers in waiting database, so your home may already been sold before it's ever hit the market. Higher demand, more competition, and more money for your home.
Friends, if you want a realtor who will guarantee results, call the one that I trust. Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Tonight, it's men's Pelicans basketball action as they take to the court against Dayton. Pre-game 5:45, tip at 6 on your home for Pelicans basketball. KMOX.
$133 DGS. You guys gonna be watching the State of the Union tonight?
Yeah, I'll watch.
Nope.
I'm gonna watch it because I feel a little bit like it's my duty as a citizen, but I'm mostly watching for the circus. Like, what's Trump gonna say? Is he gonna go off script? Is he going to shake the hand of Chief Justice Roberts? Is he going to go off on them on the stage? What are the Democrats going to do? I don't think the State of the Union address of the United States of America should be a circus, but it's going to be.
It also isn't supposed to be political. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not supposed to be partisan. It's supposed to be, here's where things are. Here's where we're going well, right?
Yeah. It's supposed to be a status report.
I mean, because the whole idea is it's not supposed to be like a campaign stop.
But that's what it's been going back to at least Obama.
It's been that way for a while.
Yeah. And
we keep accepting the changes all along, right? We're all like, all right, whatever.
Couple Trump things. Let's get them out of the way. Have you seen his the AI that he posted of him winning the Canadian gold medal match and beating up all the Canadian players?
For God's sake.
Yeah, he's scoring the goals and he's punching the Canadian players in the face and stuff. Here's my take on this. I don't want any president lowering him or herself to that level. I thought that Biden did it with the Dark Brandon stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff was super stupid.
So cringe.
Cringe and embarrassing beneath the office of the United States of America. And I think this stuff is too. I also think this is. I found this today. Let's play cut number one, Rach. Donald Trump, this is an ad from Fox News where he is now selling watches, and it's the Fight watch, and it's $100,000. So I know there are people that buy $100,000 watches. I know he's a billionaire. He doesn't think that's an expensive watch, but it just seems to me very, very tone deaf when you just lost your ass in the tariff thing. So we're going to have to pay back a couple $100 billion. People are struggling. It's a rough time to play this ad. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. It's President Donald J. Trump, and it's Trump time. Check out this Red Beauty. It's one of my new watches. Wear it proudly on your wrist, and everyone will know exactly what it's for, who it represents. It's really going to be something special. It's for your favorite president. Get your watch today at gettrumpwatches.com. Please make a great gift. It's Trump time.
It's Trump time.
It's Trump time.
Go. So just who?
It's Trump time, Kevin.
I know, but like
that's what you're missing.
Yeah, if you're wondering what you're confused about, it's Trump time.
Who
and people know right where you stand.
Who runs ads on regular TV for $100,000 watch? Where's your audience for that? Because nobody watching. Nobody else people can spend. I mean, I don't mean like what percentage of even the wealthiest people are going to spend $100,000 on a watch. You're going to have to be super wealthy to do that.
But he seems to sell all this stuff out. He sold out all this stupid laser beam.
Well, here's the question:
rock hard abs playing cards.
Sure, but here's the problem, and this is not my view because I don't know this stuff. But I looked at a couple of people who did the deep dive on the analysis of this. Anyone around the world can buy those cards and those watches for any reason they want. A lot of people are looking. This is why presidents are not supposed to sell things to make money. How is this not just an opening for somebody wealthy in another part of the world to say, here's $100,000. I want something, or I want a relationship with you, or I want to meet with you, or I want to meet with somebody that's affiliated with your administration. Because that's what people thought was happening with the trading cards. That there were people, because there are limits in the political donation campaigns, right? We cannot take outside money. You cannot take foreign money for your campaign for anything like that. But you can sell a product and get money from anywhere in the world. And it doesn't mean it doesn't come with any strings attached or that there aren't some kind of connection being made, but it's outside the electoral fundraising rules.
Yeah.
And that's what people have a concern about.
Yeah, it's a good reason.
It doesn't mean that we know for sure that those bad things are happening, but it's the appearance that it could that is the reason why we have these emoluments clauses and that we have the laws that say presidents are not supposed to enrich themselves, and nor are congressmen, right? Senators and congress people are not supposed to either. And we know they're not doing it by selling products. They're doing it with insider trading.
Yeah.
And then look at the Lutnick family. I mean, you saw this, I'm sure.
Yes.
With the tariffs. So we talked about it, right?
Yes.
So Lutnick's kids went out and bought tariff debt so that now, and again, their dad wrote the tariff plan for Trump. They knew it would be challenged. They must have known there was a chance it would be thrown out as illegal.
Yeah.
So his kids are out there buying the tariff debt for percentages, right? Let's say some company has to spend $1 million on tariffs in a calendar year. It's a huge company. They'll buy it from them for $300 million or $300,000 and say, we now get any money that comes back from the government if this is struck down.
Yeah.
So that company gets that money, and they've already raised their prices to cover it, by the way. And I've seen a couple of things that like business owners talking about this. Like, yeah, we raised our prices when the tariffs came in because we had to cover that. And now if we get money back, we get to double dip. We get both. We get the raised prices, and we're not going to bring the prices down because we've established that you will pay this level of price.
Yeah.
And then they're going to get the double dip back if they get the tariffs repaid. This is the kind of stuff that should make everybody angry, and you shouldn't be partisan about this.
Well, here's something I've been thinking about the tariffs and how this has gone. No one had a crystal ball to know that eventually the Supreme Court would strike it down with a 6-3 vote. But you have lawyers. You have tons of lawyers. And if this wasn't based on Trump's whims and magical thinking, he probably wouldn't have done it, because someone smart would have said, this is probably illegal. We're probably going to lose in the Supreme Court. We don't know for sure, Mr. President, but probably. That's our advice. We're probably going to lose. And if we do, that's going to be a debacle, and we're going to owe a couple $100 billion. It's going to be this. My point is that, and we all know this, I'm not saying anything new, Donald Trump doesn't listen to advisors. He listens to people who support what he wants to do. And he's not the only one, certainly not the only CEO, certainly not the only president. But I feel like he didn't just make a bad decision. I think he made a negligent to reckless decision with our money.
Do you think it was negligent?
Yes.
Or do you think it's on purpose because people can play the game and make money off it?
No, that's a
it's
dark
people,
take, but it's possible.
It's people in his administration. It's the guy that wrote up the tariffs. His own kids are the ones that went out and tried to purchase the debt. And not only tried, did. And now if this money gets returned, which I'm sure it will because the Supreme Court just shot this down, doesn't mean he can't do new things. But like we already saw, what was it yesterday? FedEx is already coming after the government for the money they lost in tariffs. That's just the beginning. Every one of these big companies is going to be suing to get that money back. And keeping in mind that they all raised their prices for it already. So they already recouped and recovered most of the tariff money because they pass it on to us.
Yeah.
And now they're going to get to double dip on it. And so do the people who knew about all of this and went out there and bought the tariff debt.
Well, from what I'm reading, and I haven't practiced law in 25 years, but I'm reading stuff by smart people who think that this newest 15% tariff is also probably illegal. And look at the stock market.
Guess what's
stock
gonna
market
happen?
yesterday went down almost 1,000 points.
And guess what's going to happen? It's going to get, if it gets shot down again, you watch, same story, the same firms, everybody's going to be doing the same thing. And is it a conspiracy if you're seeing it happen?
Right.
Like, are you,
if it's open,
I'm watching the family of somebody who works specifically on economic issues in the administration.
Yeah.
Probably making hundreds of millions of dollars off of this, maybe more. And you're telling me they did that just because they figured it out and there were no conversations? Are you kidding me? Come on.
So you think he did that knowing it's probably going to...
I don't know that. But I know that the family members probably got a tip. Like, hey, probably going to get challenged here. Could lose this. Might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, how would I not believe that?
Yeah. No, I believe.
I have no proof of it.
No.
I'm not saying that it was rigged from the beginning.
It proves itself because they did it.
Yeah.
They bought all of these puts or whatever they're called, to short that, which people do every day, all the time. But you're just not. You can't do it with inside information.
Well, I mean,
and it doesn't get much more inside than that.
What's her name? What's her name? Went to prison for
but
it.
You can.
Martha Stewart went to prison for that. Went to prison for getting inside information and making money off of it. How are the rules different? Again, I don't have any information or haven't seen any reporting that indicates that the president or the White House itself knew this would get shot down and it was a rigged game from the beginning. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is as it progressed, you can tell somebody kind of got a sense of where the wind was blowing.
For sure.
And that it was going to go to the Supreme Court. And then you're like, oh, guess what? We can go do this and maybe triple our money in a very short amount of time. Offer, 20 cents on the dollar. And then those companies can take it because, again, they've already raised their prices. Some of them probably got hosed pretty badly. Some companies, I would guess smaller ones probably got hit pretty hard because some can't really charge more because their people won't pay it. So it's not like 100% of businesses all to get to double dip, but a lot of them do. And I'm sure the bigger you are, the more you got to double dip because the more you can afford to raise your prices.
Yeah. Let me tell you about Mosby Building Arts. And this is for anyone doing any kind of remodeling. And I always want to be very upfront. They are not cheap. They're luxury when it comes to the experience. The products, the end result is very much luxury. But they're St. Louisans. They're down to earth, right? Easy to talk to, easy to deal with. And they're not the most expensive out there. But they're not a bargain place. They're not like a value place. Because it is a luxury item. It is a luxury experience. And they're just great. And they've maintained this decade after decade. even their competitors, I believe, would have to acknowledge that, yeah, they're the best. We're always chasing Mosby. And here's another thing I love about them. They're not pushy at all. You can talk to Rich. You can talk to anyone there. You can ask them for ideas. You can ask them to put together a plan and a design, and they're not going to push you in the back to sign on the dotted line. 314-909-1800 for a free brainstorming session. Check out callmosby.com for inspiration.
Is your furnace on its last legs? Don't wait for a cold night to find out. Jerry Kelly and KMOX are giving you the chance to win a brand new furnace this winter season. Just go online to KMOX.com/contest through March 1st and nominate someone who you think deserves a brand new furnace. Sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning. Win a brand new furnace. For more information and contest rules, just head to KMOX.com/contest.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164.
When it comes to lighting, Graybar goes beyond parts and products. We help contractors turn plans into smart designs, manage kitting and deliverables, and navigate local codes so you can stay on time and on budget. Smart, scalable, job site ready. That's not just lighting. That's like kicking your project into Graybar mode. Yep, Graybar does that.
Want me to come back?
Welcome back, DGS. I have text from Andrew. I bet it's saying that I'm late.
No. It was just Brad
okay.
stories.
All right.
Brad Tales.
Oh, where you at?
Did you guys see the lady that posted the thing on TikTok that she washes and steams her underwear in coffee makers at hotels? and they showed her doing it.
No.
Yeah.
What?
She just puts them in like the filter and then runs the coffee.
The hot water.
And supposedly the hot water cleans them and steams them, and then she dries them out.
What?
Wait, so she's just putting the hot water on them, or you're saying the underwear is in the filter?
Yes.
It is the filter.
Okay. Oh.
It kind of becomes the filter and the hot water goes through there.
Okay, putting aside the fact that you're ruining the coffee maker for everyone else, right? I mean,
Very much so.
The easiest thing to pack and make room for are ladies' underwear. They're not very big.
No, it's a good point, yeah.
When I go on a vacation for over a week, I always bring a surplus of underwear, and it's like not a big deal because it doesn't take up any room. Why are you bringing like one pair that you need to wash all the time?
You think it's
What's
a thing
wrong
that
with
she
you?
actually does?
I don't know whether she's
Or
just
is it
trying to
like,
get
I can
attention.
get a lot of clicks on this.
Yeah, I saw it before it became a big deal, and I just thought that's weird. But I didn't write it down to talk about it on the show or anything. But it's become kind of viral now, and so
Also,
is that
don't you
jail
wanna
time?
Yes.
I
Straight
think so
to
too. I
jail.
think that's jail time.
It can't be sanitary for the people using the coffee maker after her. It also, hot water alone is not going to clean and sanitize your underwear.
Nope.
You would need some sort of soap or detergent.
Yep. People suck, man.
Just pack a couple of extra pairs, woman.
How would you react if someone went to your house and did that? And just washed their underwear in your coffee maker? And then said, oh, by the way, just did that while they're drinking their coffee. Oh, yeah, I cleaned my underwear in your coffee maker this morning.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be pretty pissed if somebody did. Why would you do that to however many people are going to follow you in that hotel room?
Yeah, I agree. Something to watch at the State of the Union tonight. Are you familiar with the MAGA representative, Randy Fine?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, he's if you Google him, he's the new firebrand.
Oh, okay.
And he's always saying, crazy stuff, and people love him or hate him. And he had a big kerfuffle with Muslim people because someone was saying, we don't like these dogs being in grocery stores or whatever it is. They're unclean. And there was a back and forth online. And this is about 3 weeks ago. And he posted and said, I'll take dogs over Muslims any day. And that didn't go well. Tonight, he's going to show up at the State of the Union with a dog. And they've told him you can't do it. No dogs allowed. And he said it's a service dog. And they said, is it your service dog? And he said, no, it's my brother-in-law who's blind. So it's a service dog. But that's supposed to be like a standoff tonight if he tries to bring the dog in. So this is just how stupid we become.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad this guy has free unlimited health care. And this is what he's spending his days doing. First of all, I don't even care. He's a loser. I don't care.
Oh my God. This dude, he tweeted out he's introducing a bill to protect the puppies from Sharia.
See, he's a joke. He's a troll.
What are you doing?
Everything he's doing is just he's thirsty for attention, and he's going to get it because he's saying ridiculous things and doing ridiculous things. And it's just sad that our society now rewards that type of thing. Man, I feel like 20 years ago, if you were blatantly thirsting for attention, the rest of society was disgusted by you and shamed you in a sense. And now it's like, oh, well, we better give him that attention he ordered.
So here's what he originally replied to. So the tweet that he replied to start this whole thing off was from an account under the name of Nurdeen Kiswani, who said, finally, New York City is coming to Islam. Dogs definitely have a place in society, just not as indoor pets. Like we've said all along, they are unclean. So that was the tweet that he was replying to.
Yeah, I understand.
And that's pretty awful, but it's not worth the response that he gave. Right? Because he turns it immediately into this person's ethnicity and religion, as opposed to just saying, look, nobody gets to tell anybody that their dogs aren't indoor animals, right? Like dogs are parts of families. You just need to shut up. Like instead of being, that's how my response would have been. Like, listen, don't talk about people not having dogs in their houses. People can do what they want.
When I saw this 3 weeks ago, I looked into it, and the vast majority of responses were from Muslims
saying, stop.
We love dogs.
Yeah. And saying, stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that two things can be true. That person's original message can be stupid. And also your response can be over the top.
How are they going to protect the dogs from Sharia?
It's so stupid. There's no threat. Put it this way. If I thought dogs were in a threat from anything, I'd be the one standing on the front line. They're not. They're not. Just because some stupid person says some stupid thing on Twitter doesn't mean it's actually a thing.
If anyone or anything is safe in the United States of America, it is dogs.
Come for the dogs. You're going to have to go through me.
I was talking about you last night with Stu. And I said, Wheeler's dumbass said he wouldn't give his dog away for $10 billion. And he's like, oh, come on.
Have you ever wanted to go to the NBA Finals? Of course you have. Who hasn't wanted to go? It's awesome. And now is your chance, courtesy of FanDuel. All you have to do is use your profit boost on an NBA future, and you will be entered for a shot to win an NBA Finals trip for two. That's right, a trip for two to the NBA Finals. NBA Futures let you lock in your pick for who you think is going to go all the way, whether that's the championship or conference title. You can take your pick by going to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA and of KMOX. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. No purchase necessary. Limit one entry. For Profit Boost token, opt-in required. Must apply Profit Boost token on select market. Restrictions apply. See full terms, including methods of entry, at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
So I need to tell you guys about these new boosts on the Schnucks Rewards app. So basically, this is a new way to save. It's called Schnucks Rewards Boosts, and it's like a game, but the prize money is going to be money off of your grocery bill. That sounds good to me. It's really easy to do. You just open the savings tab in the Schnucks Rewards app and select boosts. You hit activate on whatever boost that you like and go shopping as usual. Then you can track your progress towards completing the boost right there in the app. So you're going to want to meet the goal before the expiration date, and then you earn even more rewards. And that's on top of the rewards you were earning already. So it really is just boosting your rewards. Like I said, I'm looking at my boost right now. I can earn $5 in rewards if I spend $25 in bakery cookies and cookie cakes, $5 in rewards in butcher service cakes and Schnucks store-made sausage, $5 if I spend $25 in Culinaria and Craven brands. So there's really a ton of options, and it's going to reset at the end of the month. So you'll have brand new boosts for March. So if you are a Schnucks Rewards app user, check out Boosts next time you go into the store.
The 2026 Home Expo is bigger and better than ever. Join the Home Builders and Remodelers Association for 3 days of inspiration with 175 plus booths, new features, and top local vendors. Enjoy free admission and free parking, hourly giveaways, live performances by local school groups, and even pet adoptions with Gateway Pet Guardians. One lucky winner will take home a red light therapy sauna from Aloha Pools and Spa, February 27th through March 1st at Belle Claire Fairgrounds. Details at hbrmea.org.
Race car drivers like NASCAR champion Jesse Love are a lot like commercial drivers, pros, but even the best watch the tape to see what they missed and get better next time. The Samsara driving coach does the same for your fleet, giving drivers real-time feedback to build safer habits. Samsara's AI uses billions of miles of real driving data to help fleets prevent accidents and protect drivers.
If it makes me a better driver, it'll make your fleet unstoppable.
Because even champions need a coach. Learn more at samsara.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, it is a cloudy sky. Right now, 50 degrees downtown at the Arch.
KMOX is covering breaking news.
Declining enrollment and high costs are forcing a historic change at the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy. The institution announces today that it is being acquired by Washington University. Board Chair Neil Sample says long-term financial projections made it clear the school needed a sustainable solution to secure its legacy. The agreement will preserve the St. Louis College of Pharmacy by making it WashU's 10th academic school, while phasing out several other UHSP programs over the next 2 years. A tense morning for students and staff on the Danforth campus of Washington University after the threat of an armed person.
Washington University police tell KMOX this was not a credible threat. A shelter-in-place order was issued shortly after 9 o'clock this morning and lifted before 10:30. In addition to WashU police, St. Louis police had numerous officers respond as a search of buildings determined there was no threat. As to who or where the non-credible threat came from, that's still not clear. WashU police have said they will hold a press conference with more information. Maria Kina, KMOX News.
A devastating night for law enforcement in southwest Missouri. 2 Christian County deputies are dead, and 2 other officers are wounded following an hours-long manhunt.
The suspect, once deputies were close to him, immediately opened fire on the deputies, and 3 deputies were shot during that time.
Sheriff Brad Cole says the violence started with a traffic stop yesterday afternoon in Highlandville, where Deputy Gabrielle Ramirez was fatally shot. A second deputy was killed during an overnight shootout that also left the suspect, Richard Dean Bird, dead. A developing story: legislation to require all aircraft flying around busy airports to have key locator systems to prevent mid-air collisions failed to win approval in the House today. President Trump is set to give the State of the Union this evening. House Speaker Mike Johnson says the president requested that the U.S. men's and women's Olympic gold medal hockey teams be guests at the address.
We're going to work out logistics, and somehow, some way, we'll squeeze in the hockey players tonight, and it'll be a great moment for America.
From the business desk and just in, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is pressuring Anthropic to give the military broader access to its AI or lose its Pentagon contract. Hegseth gave Anthropic a Friday deadline to open its AI technology for unrestricted military use. Hegseth met today with the CEO, Dario Amodei, whose company makes the chatbot Claude, and remains the last of its peers to not supply its technology to a new U.S. military internal network. The Dow from Stifel is up 389 points to 49,193. We've got a stalled vehicle, 270 going east at New Florissant. That's on the right shoulder. They've just cleared some road work out on 44 going east at Pacific. Also looking at 270 going north at Dorset. There's a car blocking the right shoulder.
Temperatures easing on us this afternoon. Partly sunny skies, 55. However, it's windy from the south. As a result, it's going to feel chilly to be out and about, especially if you're caught in the wind. Some clouds around tonight. 40 for the overnight low. Wednesday, quiet, sunny, and 53. Wednesday night, clouds dominate, some light rain showers after midnight, 37. So it'd be chilly rain showers. Thursday, some morning showers, all on the light side. Otherwise, partly sunny in the afternoon and 49. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Right now, we've got a cloudy sky. It's 50. The feels like is 33 downtown at the Arch. Sponsored by Financial and Tax Strategies. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Retirement shouldn't feel like balancing a checkbook while blindfolded. I'm Gary Goldberg, and my team helps you see the big picture so you can retire younger, richer, and with less anxiety. Because guessing is not a strategy. Tune in to Wealth and Wisdom with Gary Goldberg Saturday mornings at 7 here on KMOX.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, DGS. Few minutes past 2 p.m. Attorney Brad Young joins us. Hello, Brad.
Hey, Dave.
World traveler Brad Young.
I just got back from 2 weeks in Taiwan, and basically I just wanted to see it before China takes it over.
Wow. So how is it? I mean, like, I know we could talk for 8 hours about this, but how did it hit you?
It hit me as a completely different world in so many ways. Not just language, but culturally, expectations, how people interact. It's a completely different world over there. And people were great. Most people spoke English, even if broken English. And then they would apologize for not speaking better English. And I said, hey, your English is far better than my Mandarin Chinese. Don't sweat it. So I got to see some pandas. I don't know when I'm going to see a panda again. So it was a great trip.
That's great. How's the jet lag?
Oh man, that really, it knocked me out. Saturday, I had this great question for you, Dave.
Yeah.
On Saturday, when I flew back, Saturday lasted 36 hours for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was wondering if I did legal work for that entire day and billed a client for 36 hours of work in a single day, would that be considered unethical?
Well, I'll tell you what, I used to go to Division I 4 days a week for 10 different clients and bill them all the same amount of time. That's what my place told me to do. And I always thought, this feels sketchy, but
that's more than sketchy.
Okay, let's start out with the big one. I know we have new tariffs to talk about. Let's talk about the old tariffs. And Brad, let me tell you what I said an hour ago. I said the fact that it was 6-3 and the justices it was going 6-3. No one has a crystal ball. No one could have known that when he implemented the tariffs, but his attorneys could have and should have told him, I think there's a good chance we're going to lose this in the Supreme Court. So I thought that his implementation of the tariffs, because of course he's going to do what he wants to do, and he's going to find someone who's going to tell him that it's 100% guaranteed a victory. But I felt like what he did with the eventual outcome of 6-3 was negligent, possibly reckless.
Yeah, I mean, I said on your show several times that the Supreme Court would not uphold these tariffs, and if some dude in St. Louis can figure it out, I mean, certainly somebody in Washington D.C. can as well.
Well, the Lightning Boys did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I think what Trump was counting on was the same kind of shell game. I also talked about this several months ago, but I think his counsel were telling him, look, assert tariffs under what's called the IEEP, and if you lose on that, we'll just pick a different statute and do that. I mean, that's what Biden did with regard to student loans.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm getting rid of all student loans. Supreme Court said you can't do it. Biden said, okay, I'm going to do this under a different statute. And that went all the way up to the Supreme Court. So it's a shell game. And I think his staff must have told him, look, you're probably going to lose on this, but assert it anyway. And if you lose, we'll assert it under a different statute, and then we'll fight it all over again, which is exactly what's happening.
I'm so glad you brought that up. I hadn't thought of the corollary, the analogy between the tariffs and Biden and getting rid of the student loan debt, because both of them were going to cost America a lot of money. And they were both very stubborn about doing it, and they were both wrong in the Supreme Court about doing it.
Right. But you have to keep in mind, whether it's Biden or whether it's Trump, the purpose for the president in taking these actions in both situations wasn't necessarily to win legally, but to win politically. And Trump has made a big deal out of saying, look, I raised almost $200 billion here with these tariffs. The economy is overall still in decent shape. He's going to say it's great and the best economy ever. It's not, but it's not in bad shape either. And I think what he was trying to say is, look, I raised all this money. The economy is still decent. This is the way to go. And so even if he loses legally, he still wants to crow about that politically. And I'm certain that we're going to hear a lot about that tonight in the State of the Union address.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that. Trying to predict what Trump's going to do from minute to minute is a losing proposition. But I will be watching tonight on the edge of my seat, mostly because I'm waiting for the shenanigans. What do you expect? You think he'll shake hands with the Supreme Court justices? You think he'll call them out from the podium?
Oh, I think he's definitely going to call him out from the podium. Whether he's going to shake hands or not, I mean, he might shake hands and then stab him from the podium, from the dais. But he's really going. I think he's going to hit on several things. He's going to hit on the economy's the best economy ever, again, which it isn't, but it's not bad. He's going to talk about things he's going to do to make things more affordable for Americans, because he promised he would do that on day one. That was a year ago. We haven't seen it. So I think he's going to talk about, this is what I'm going to do to make things more affordable. And he has to address the aircraft carrier in the room, Iran. He's going to have to talk about that. And yet reports were today that most of his close aides, including military advisors, have said, look, we don't really want to bomb Iran in this situation. It's not good. We're not going to get help from any of our allies, and it's not going to accomplish much. Let's go for the negotiation route. And so I think he's going to talk big, but at the end of the day, when it comes to Iran, I do see some sort of a negotiated solution.
And so he instituted a 10% global tariff the day of the Supreme Court ruling, and then the next day he decided 15 was better. And a lot of people are saying that they think this one is illegal too. Do you have an opinion on that?
I do. And there is some problem, because when you look at this, what's called a Section 122 tariff, it has two components. Number one, there has to be a finding that there is a large and a serious, what's called a balance of payments deficits. I know I'm diving into the weeds, but I'm trying to make it general. And like, for example, us and China, okay? Everybody knows we have an enormous trade deficit with China. Section 122 is designed to correct that. And so if he opposed it with China, there wouldn't be a legal problem. But he's imposed it on everybody. Well, we don't have a balance of payment deficit with Panama. Okay, we don't have a balance of payment deficits with England or Canada, but he wants to impose it everywhere, and I do see that as a legal problem.
Question, Brad. So we saw yesterday in the news that FedEx has filed a lawsuit to recover tariff money.
Yes.
I'm assuming other companies, big and small, are going to be doing the same thing. But is there any legal recourse? I'm sure I think I know the answer to this, but I'm asking you because you know better than me. For just us, because all of those companies raised their prices to cover the cost of tariffs. And now if they get money back, they're double dipping and we're getting hosed either way.
Either way, we get hosed.
Nobody's giving us our money back is what I'm saying. And we have no recourse, right? Other than voting in the midterms.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, part of Trump's argument, and I disagreed with it, but one of Trump's arguments was that, look, if I'm going to get this $200 billion in tariff money, I'm going to give a rebate to everybody in the country. Everybody's going to get a check for $1,500 or whatever. That sounded good, but the reality is we're $30 trillion in debt, right? So if we collect this money, it should be going to reduce the debt, not paying out to people so they can squander the debt. So one of his arguments was, well, look, I'm trying to give this money back to you, but the Supreme Court won't let me. I mean, that's a good argument politically. And therefore, you should reimburse us. But the real question is, can a county, Boulder County, Colorado, can they sue and allow their laws to impact a global change? If I don't think anyone disputes that it's occurring, there is a dispute about the cause, but can one county in Colorado sue for that? And I think actually though, the Colorado Supreme Court said, yes, this lawsuit can go forward. The Supremes took it. So I really do anticipate the Supreme Court's going to say, no, state law covers, or federal law covers this, not state law. You can't sue for damages against global climate change, and can only be addressed by the feds.
Oh, I will push back on one thing, Brad. I believe that climate change is not happening is the official position of the Trump administration. When we had the big snowstorm about a week ago, Trump posted and said something to the effect of, so much for climate change. Maybe someone can, tell me why it's snowing if it's so hot out there. And any, junior in high school knows the difference between weather and climate, but the president doesn't.
Right. Well, but to be fair and to give the flip side of this, Dave, every time there's a hurricane, we hear, oh, this is because of climate change. But hurricanes have been happening forever. Anytime there's a heat wave, we hear, oh, it's because of climate change. So there's a confusion of weather and climate on both sides of this.
I agree.
On both sides of this political issue.
I
To be
agree.
fair, I think most reasonable people in the large middle, and I'm not just describing my waistline, but in that large middle, most people will say there is it is getting warmer. You got temps that can prove that, but there is a lot of debate, I think, about what the cause is. But the bottom line is, from a legal standpoint, can one county in Colorado recoup damages for things that are done on at least on a national basis, if not a global basis?
Yeah.
And that's what the Supreme Court's going to decide here.
Brad, back to your point about climate change. I think this is an excellent example of what's wrong with politics today, because you have an issue. Scientists say, hey, the globe is warming up, and we think it is primarily due to human caused events. Okay. One side says we're going to be underwater by 2012. The other side says it's just simply not true. None of this is happening. And everyone else in the middle, like me and you, who are reasonable and smart enough to know that we are not climate scientists, are just looking for grown-ups to go, okay, we're going to look into this, and we're going to figure out what's really happening to the best of our abilities, and then we're going to do something about it to the best of our abilities. We're not going to spend 80% of the national budget on climate change, but we're also not going to say it doesn't exist and ignore it. That's all I'm looking for personally on every single political issue. But it seems like every single political issue is just this same format.
No, because the point is not to solve the problem.
Yeah.
The point is to blame the other side. I mean, the best example of that is the border, right? We were told until Trump came in office, we were told that there's nothing we can do about the border unless Congress changes the laws. Well, Trump proved, yes, you can do something about the border. But then he took it to the extreme and said, well, now I'm going to empower ICE to violate the Constitution, to do warrantless searches, to arrest people without probable cause. And that took it too far the other way. I always say, if you put 6, 7 people in a room and you don't have a political agenda, you could work out most problems. However, that's not the goal. The goal is to win political points, not solve real problems.
Our buddy Dave Hines online makes a good point. He says, if there's one thing I figured out, it's that the deficit will always be there, and it will never make a difference in my lifetime. It's just a football the rich guys kick around. I can't dispute that.
Well, but see, it is a problem. Like, for example, within the next 2 years, the amount of interest that we pay on the debt, not the actual debt servicing, but just the interest on the debt, will exceed what we pay for our Department of Defense, for our defense budget. Well, that's real, okay? If you're paying more in interest than you are for a defense budget, then that impacts how many benefits can be paid to individuals, whether we can reduce taxes, whether we can give tax refunds. That impacts everything when you've got this raising interest on the debt. And so it does impact our lives. I would disagree with that person just because it impacts our daily lives. But the budget deficit is real.
What does that do to our daily lives?
Well, for example, if we want to fund more individuals for the Obamacare, right? If we want to give more subsidies to Obamacare, the more and more that we pay interest on the debt, that's less money that's available to pay for subsidies for healthcare, to pay for increased Medicare benefits, to pay for increased SNAP benefits. And those impact real people today.
Yep.
If we had no interest on the debt, we would have an extra $1 trillion to do something with, which would include helping people, building highways, increasing our strategic defense and the security of our country. We'd have a lot more money, but we don't.
All right, Brad, you're the best. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Tell you guys about John Moriarty at E3 Wealth. And let me make a blanket statement. I'm not much of a blanket statement maker, but I'm in a blanket statement making mood today. If you own a business, if you're an entrepreneur, you really, really need to call John Moriarty, because all you have to lose is either a phone call. If you just don't like the cut of his jib over the phone, you can just, hang up. You never call him again. Or if you like him and you decide to get a coffee or a breakfast, You're out an hour. Who cares? If it doesn't pan out to be anything useful to you, you got a free breakfast. But he has so many clients nationally who see a great value in what he does. He's a financial planner for business owners. Everything is geared towards that. You have so many arrows you can shoot at taxes. He has so many different types of investments that you can get involved in. And he's just a great business coach. So if you are thinking about, growing your business, which obviously you are, maybe you're thinking about handing your business down to your kids. Maybe you're thinking about selling it to one of your longtime employees. This is exactly what John can help you out with. It's very simple. Go to e3wealth.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haver, a board-certified OBGYN and menopause specialist. My new podcast, Unpaused, is the place for bold, unfiltered conversations about what it really takes for women to thrive in the second half of life. Every week, I sit down with medical experts, cultural icons, and powerhouse women to talk about what really matters. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Listen to and follow Unpaused with me, Dr. Mary Claire Haver, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Straight Realty has always been an industry leader when it comes to commissions, so it should come as no surprise that the recent Realtor settlement has only empowered us to continue offering our sellers even better rates. We now list homes for only 2%. Hi, I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. Call me 314-441-4444. Why pay more than 2? You can also listen to my podcast on my website, straightrealty.com.
Commissions are not regulated and are negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
The Missouri Valley Conference men's basketball tournament has been the showcase for buzzer beaters, madness, and championship glory. With nearly 5 decades of heart-racing excitement, it begins here at Enterprise Center. The 2026 State Farm MVC Tournament, presented by Credit Union 1, Great Southern Bank, and SSM Health, tips off on March 5th through 8th. Celebrate 50 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Call 877-WINDOWS. That's 877-WINDOWS. Or head to rbastl.com.
Get ready, St. Louis area. The St. Charles Boat Show is here March 5th through 8th at the St. Charles Convention Center. See the top dealers from the Lake of the Ozarks and climb aboard your next dream boat. New models, great deals, and summer fun starts here. Visit lakeoftheozarksboatdealers.com for details.
One city, one voice. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, DGS 224. So I happened to be watching television this morning when they played Savannah Guthrie's 5th or 6th video now live. Have you guys seen it?
No, I saw like a screenshot from it, but I did not watch it.
So she's basically, just paraphrasing, she's basically saying, we still have hope that our mom's alive, but we're also realistic that she may be gone. And she said a bunch of stuff like dancing in heaven and what, hyperbole. But she said, we need her returned, and we're willing to pay $1 million to anyone that gives us information that gets her returned. It's just so what a weird case. The whole thing has just been so weird. I've never seen a case with this much evidence, like 2 separate videos. They have video of the guy now a couple weeks before the kidnapping, dressed exactly the same, standing on her porch, casing the place, obviously. They have DNA. I understand it's not magic, but boy, we have a lot of evidence for not having any real leads. And they're talking now about calling it a cold case.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Like, that's it? There's nothing?
That's what they're saying.
So, like, was this a professional? Like, how does a rando just get everything right and leave no trace and no video trace and no, like, here, follow the cameras in the neighborhood back through and follow the cameras in the area from businesses? Like, how is there nothing?
Yeah.
And if it's a pro, why? Well, I don't know. That maybe open up a can. So stupid.
I was saying to the guys when we had lunch today that maybe it's just my For You page on TikTok, but I'm seeing a ton of content about people hating on the U.S. hockey team for being MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
And how dare you invite Kash Patel in? How dare you take Donald Trump's call? How dare you laugh along with him when he, makes a joke about the ladies team and you're dead to me. And they asked Jack Hughes about it. He simply said, why does everything have to be so political these days? Any thoughts?
I mean, it was kind of my view when people got mad at the, was it a skier? Was it a skier who was saying he wasn't proud
Yes.
of? It's the same story, opposite end of the spectrum. Why can't it be okay for them to be MAGA? Why can't it be okay for that guy to be anti-MAGA? Why do we have to decide that you're not okay because you don't agree with me? I mean, it's sports. I understand you have your political stances. That's what voting is for. That's what campaigning and getting out and participating in primaries, that's what all that's for. We don't have to make it everything. We don't have to be like, I'm not going to see that movie because that person's X. That person's a crazy liberal. That person's a MAGA. Who cares? You got to accept the fact that half of the country is not seeing it the same way you are.
True.
Look at the voting. It's pretty much 50-50 every year.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's allowed to feel the way that they feel and have their political opinions. I do think, though, when you get like really surprised that someone would feel a certain way or have a certain political leaning, it says a little bit more about you as far as like the silos you're in, maybe the echo chamber you're in.
Maybe.
Where it's like,
Yeah.
like I'm just not used to people believing like this. Like I get it, but there are a lot of people out there who do.
Yeah.
So I mean,
No,
it's
Kevin makes a
just
good point.
reality.
Why can't you play hockey and be MAGA?
Yeah. I mean, you can disagree with the person.
Absolutely.
That's okay.
But like, it's a little, I mean, I just question, like, how much are you following that sport?
Right.
If you're like shocked that this is a thing, like, I hate to break it to you, there are a ton of athletes who are,
of course,
Republican.
Of course,
like,
there are.
it's silly to assume that nobody is.
And there are others that are the polar opposite. I mean,
Right.
like, it's one of the things that and again, I understand that I've been lucky in this sense to have been, quote, on the inside to a degree, right? You get to know players, you're in a clubhouse. There's a bit of everything.
Yeah.
There's a bit of everything. And by the way, just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
There's a bit of everything.
You want this now? Tell you guys about the Goldman team. And here's what I'm going to say today. It is a big deal. It's a very big deal when you are buying and or selling a house. And a 10% difference or a 20% difference can be tens of thousands of dollars, maybe hundreds if you're looking at very expensive homes. With most realtors, you get them. Just them. Maybe they have an assistant. With the Gelman team, it is truly a team. You're talking about dozens and dozens of people, a finely tuned machine that works really hard, 7 days a week, 365. When Nick used to work for him, he talked about how the guys would be on vacation with their families and still, working through the day. They're great at communication. They're great at just knowing everything. They're going to know stuff that the opposition doesn't know. And they're great negotiators. So if you want to sell your home for the most amount of money in the least amount of time with the least amount of BS on your part, check out the Gelman team. Go to thegelmanteam.com, front page, put in your address. We'll tell you what we think your house is worth right now. If you're interested, call 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
Start your day with an edge. Total Information AM. It's like breakfast for your brain.
I wake up, I turn on the news.
I gotta listen 3 or 4 times every day.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
I like to wake up with the news.
Total Information AM.
It's where I get my news. Traffic conditions and potential weather that's coming.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9.
I like to turn it on and just get caught up.
Where I get my news. The news, weather, and traffic.
On the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Temperatures easing on us this afternoon. Partly sunny skies, 55. However, it's windy from the south. As a result, it's going to feel chilly to be out and about, especially if you're caught in the wind. Some clouds around tonight. 40 for the overnight low. Wednesday, quiet, sunny, and 53. Wednesday night, clouds dominate, some light rain showers after midnight, 37. So it'd be chilly rain showers. Thursday, some morning showers, all on the light side. Otherwise, partly sunny in the afternoon and 49. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Neovitin began with one doctor's mission to help others feel their best. After years of caring for patients, Dr. Ken Ribicki, a St. Louis physician, created Neovitin, a line of multivitamins designed with quality, safety, and everyday wellness in mind. Each formula is made in the U.S. using the finest domestic and international ingredients to support real people living real lives. Discover the difference today with Neovitin, available at Schnucks, Dierbergs, and neovitin.com. Neovitin, trusted nutrition from St. Louis for St. Louis.
This is an important message for anyone struggling with $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or personal loans. Due to ongoing inflation, job loss, and the rising cost of living, many Americans are facing overwhelming credit card balances. If you're drowning in credit card debt, you may qualify for powerful debt relief options currently being offered by National Debt Relief that can significantly reduce what you owe. You don't have to declare bankruptcy or take out a debt consolidation loan. You could qualify for this debt relief option and only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe. Act now to see if you qualify. With thousands of 5-star reviews online and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, National Debt Relief has helped over 1 million consumers with their debt that qualified for this relief option. So don't wait. Call the Debt Reduction Hotline now. Dial 800-428-5757. 800-428-5757. That's 800-428-5757.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-538-5188. That's 636-538-5188 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-538-5188.
It's exhibition preseason baseball today as the Cards take on the Nationals. Pregame 4:55, first pitch 5:05, and you can hear the game on 11:20 a.m. KMOX, the voice of the Cardinals.
Welcome back, DGS. So, as you guys know, I'm playing on this baseball team. And even though it's 60 and over, I'm the only one on the team that didn't play in college. And a lot of the guys played pro for a while. So they're really, really good. And I feel like I keep up, talent-wise. I can hang. But I didn't play college and pro. I don't know a lot of the rules. And last night we were taking some infield, and there were like 5 of us lined up, and Stu's hitting ground balls. And then there was a guy standing there next to him, and he'd throw it to him, and he'd put it in the bucket. We've all seen this. I didn't know you're not supposed to throw it at the guy as hard as you can. And So I thought he was like a first baseman. And so the very first grounder, I whip it sidearm and woof, and everyone goes, whoa, 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 whoa.
Easy, buddy.
And I tried to play it off like it just got away from me. Like, oh, I know. I just,
what are you practicing for then?
well, I think it's a safety issue. You know, like Stu's standing right next to him, hitting the ball as I'm throwing it.
Yeah,
So,
and it's, think about it, 50, that's about the distance from the mound to first base.
right.
That's a pretty short throw.
Pretty short throw.
For a guy that doesn't have full catcher's gear on.
Yeah. I didn't know, for example, that you never warm up on the infield.
Yeah, you don't play catch.
Don't play catch.
Like if you're out at the field, you always in the outfield. Yep.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because, it started with fields being dirt. You don't want to mess up the dirt before the game. But even on turf, you just don't do it.
It's tradition.
Yeah.
You don't want to get the dirt dirty.
No, it's not get it dirty. It's mess it up. It's nice and clean, and it's been
Yeah,
dragged.
it's nice and clean.
all
You don't
that.
want to get it dirty.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite baseball things I ever did as a kid? Wheels, did you play 500?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was the best.
Usually with football. We used to play with Nerf, but yeah, you can do it with baseball too.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So the way we played it is if you had a guy hitting and you had like 3 people catching out in the field.
Oh, we'd throw it mostly.
No, we hit.
Yeah.
And if you caught it on one hop, it was 75.
Oh.
If you caught it on the ground, it was 50. If you caught it in the air, it was 100. And so you might be at 450. And here comes a pop fly, easy can of corn to you, but you can't catch it because then you'll go over. God, we played that for hours every day.
Yeah. We used to just call it out.
Like what it was worth.
This one's 200. This one's 100. This one's 50. And then you could make it more difficult if you want. That's why we threw it. Because then we could make it further away or higher or lower or
we
whatever.
would throw it when we played fantastic catches.
Yeah.
That
we
was
did that.
fun.
I can't
We
even
did
count.
that when
Yeah.
we went to your place last year when I went ass over tea kettle.
Yeah, you were sure you did that on purpose.
Ta-da!
I can still picture the roll.
I bet you can.
It's like, zzz.
I can still feel it.
Yeah. It's a little different, isn't it?
I just mostly remember taking a few swings at batting practice and me whiffing on every one. And then Andrew, who didn't play baseball, gets up and just starts rocking them. And I'm like, well, this is great.
But I had the angle wrong, and that's what I remember Dave Murray making fun of me because my angle was so bad when I would hit the ball would just go straight down and like bounce. Couldn't figure out the swing up thing.
Bad launch angle.
Yeah.
You and Jordan Walker.
Yeah, we got the same development issues.
People get those two mixed up all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
New study says 2 in 5 people have cried at work. I cry once a week on the air, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've cried here a time or two.
Yeah, I cried this morning.
Is that a different thing at most
Crying
places,
right now.
though? Like, because that here is like you're on the radio and people are telling stories and the stories have a lot of depth to them. And
I was talking about off the air.
yeah,
Yeah, if you're an accountant and you're crying at work, like
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's in a different workplace that would be a lot less usual.
You guys don't think it's normal to get, like feel a little overwhelmed? You're having a bad day and it's like, I'm losing it. Just gonna cry in the bathroom for a second.
Lock yourself in the broom closet for, I don't know, 10 minutes, 4 hours, whatever.
Just looking through my show prep.
Foreign to me.
Not seeing anything that I'd like.
Have you ever cried, Kevin?
Have I ever cried? Yeah.
But not
about-
related to like external stimuli.
Not about work.
Not because you got like hit by a car or whatever, and the car crumpled around you as you stood still in place.
Yeah.
Tell us about a time.
My sister-in-law's funeral.
Not that. You know that
I
doesn't
mean, like-
count.
That's not fair.
I'm just saying.
That's unfair. Not
Now
when
we're
you're- not
now
when
we're
your-
jerks.
Not when your dog died. Like
Yeah, well, okay. There's another example.
a non.
Do you ever cry at a movie?
Not that I can
That's a
think
great
of.
question.
Not that I can think of.
Now you even feel you hate Field of Dreams.
I hate Field of Dreams.
Is that because it makes you cry?
No, I just think the whole thing is a dumb idea.
Don't tell that to Ricky Horton.
I know.
Mhm.
I know. Most people in baseball, it's like their favorite movie. I know.
He's in that movie.
I know. That's.
If
I'd
Susan,
probably like it if I was in it too.
if Susan came home and you were down in the man cave just bawling,
She would be worried. I think she might call someone.
I mean, that's kind of fair, though. I mean, I feel like if my wife came home and I'm just sitting in a chair bawling,
I think
a little concerned.
I think an ambulance might show up if that was the case. Like,
They should at least be like, "What's wrong?"
She'd be like, "There's something really wrong here."
Rachel, want to tell them about the story about the derelict cars in the city?
Oh,
If
yeah.
not,
let me
I
get
got the
this-
numbers.
Yeah, let me get this pulled up on KSDK's website. So Mark Maxwell did kind of a pretty in-depth piece on this. Actually, I'm having a hard time finding it. Dave, could you get the numbers on it? Apparently there are 40,000 vehicles in this city that are eligible to be booted, which would, result in getting rid of a lot of cars that are sitting in places they shouldn't be, and a lot of revenue for the city. The problem is, even though there are 40,000 cars eligible to be booted, the city only owns 30 boots.
30.
So 40,000 derelict cars. Picture that.
Uh-huh.
And 30 boots. And some of these cars have a couple $1,000s in traffic, or not traffic, but parking tickets.
There's one downtown that I think has $8,500.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, like $9,000 worth.
So at what point, this might be a Brad question. At what point does the city have the legal right to take the car and then just auction it off?
After like 3 tickets. Not auction it off, but after 3 tickets or $100 or
They can
whatever it
take
is,
it.
they can take it, they can tow it, they can put it in one of their lots. But I don't think they have any room in their lots. I don't think they have anywhere to put them. Otherwise, they would be.
Because, if people aren't going to come claim them, if they're just going to be there forever, then sell the car.
Sell them each for $200.
Sell them for parts. Again, I don't know the law. So, again, don't break the law. I'm not telling the city to break the law. But at some point, if it's just there forever, it can't just stay there forever. Like, the solution can't just be, well, now we're stuck.
So, Mark did an incredible job on this article. You can find it on KSTK.com. He points out that in 2018, the car tow lot was apparently dirty, like cars were disappearing, and it was just a bad situation. So the treasurer at the time, Tashara Jones, shut down the lot, which, I'm sure felt like the right thing to do at the time. I guess the problem is we never resumed business there. So it's just, it's not a great situation. And yeah, the city is losing out on a ton of revenue, and these cars are like an eyesore on top of everything. Imagine living in a loft downtown and there's a car parked on the street outside that has been there for so long, its owner owes $8,500 of parking. Like, I would be pretty annoyed by that.
How are tickets progressive, or is it just like the same ticket every time?
That is such a good question. I am
like,
not
is
sure.
your third one
it's a good
more?
question.
I would guess it's the same every time, right?
Hey, can I make you mad?
Sure.
Me or everybody?
Mostly you, but everyone. Evita Duffy Alfonso. She is Sean Duffy's daughter.
Okay.
And
Who is Sean Duffy?
The transportation.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Secretary.
Yeah.
I want to get this accurate. She believes that Olympic athletes, every one of them, should be interviewed and vetted for their political opinions and their dedication to the country. And if they're found lacking in either one of those, they are not an Olympian.
Did she fail high school? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's the
seriously.
dumbest take I've ever seen.
That's un-American.
Seriously, that is arguably one of the most un-American things you can say, is that you're not able to be a part of the country or represent the country if you're not flaggerton, salute everybody and happy all the time with what the leadership is doing. But that is the least American ideal you could possibly think of. The First Amendment is first for a reason. Because you're allowed to have your own state, your own beliefs, your own everything. It's literally the first thing the founding fathers wanted to protect. So if you want to know who the commie is, or who the socialist is, or who the bad guy is, it's people who say things like that.
Yeah, forced patriotism is a bad idea.
Is she not describing exactly what it is in China?
Yeah.
Do we not think of them as the bad guy?
We used to.
Do we not think that, this is part of the problem with Russian athletes. They can't say anything about Vladimir Putin because they're afraid that it could impact their families back there. That's exactly the kind of thing you're now trying to do here. Why would you say that? And I'll tell you why you would say that. You're a privileged idiot. You live a privileged life and you're an idiot. The only way you could believe those things is things like this don't affect you, because you've got a family that's got a stake in the game, and you're stupid and have no ability to use critical thought or reason. So yeah, you did it.
Thought so. I felt like that was a layup.
It's like here, hit this one, put it on a tee.
And when he come back, I'm going to make him cry.
Every spring brings promises, and every spring delivers surprises. This year, the Cardinals are writing a new story, and there'll be plenty of surprises. Matt Pauley is in Jupiter with inside access to Camp Cardinals.
Presented by St. Louis Composting. Composting, growing gardens and making memories. And Happy Roof. We always create happy endings.
From breakout performances to roster revelations, get reports throughout the day on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Tell you guys about my friend Susan L. Ward. Susan's there for you if you're going to be getting divorced or if you are divorced and someone is taking you back. It's called a modification. And that used to be, about a third of the cases I would get, that you get divorced and you have all your paperwork and then either someone leaves something out. We didn't say who was going to pay for college. We didn't say this. We didn't say that. Or something changes. You know, they hit the lottery. They married a multimillionaire. They lost their job. I am disabled now. Anything involving you and a divorce, whether you're heading to it or it's in your rearview mirror, but it seems to be rearing its head again, you can't do better than Susan L. Ward. As I always say, talk to your best friend, talk to your pastor, talk to your priest, talk to a counselor, but you haven't done what you need to do until you've spoken to a really, really good divorce attorney, and that's Susan. She has offices all over Missouri, 314-783-9400, stlfamilylaw.com.
For residential and commercial heating repairs, service, maintenance, or installation, contact Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Installation. With over 50 years of HVAC service, get in your comfort zone this winter. Visit aircomfortservice.com. That's aircomfortservice.com.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZzzQuil Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZzzQuil Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday. Let's do this Monday. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Hi, it's Debbie Monterey with Gloria Liu, your home sold guaranteed realty. Welcome back, Gloria. You know, for years now, you've been on KMOX helping families plan their next big move with your guaranteed sold program. For those planning to sell their home this year, what's your best advice?
Thank you. My advice is simple. Do your homework before listing your home. Our market is stabilizing, inventory is tightening and moving fast. In other words, the realtor you choose to sell your home really matters. That's why my sellers love my guaranteed sale program. I guarantee to sell your home at your agreed upon price and time frame, or I will buy it myself. I have thousands of buyers in my buyers in waiting database, so your home may already been sold before it's ever hit the market. Higher demand, more competition, and more money for your home.
Friends, if you want a realtor who will guarantee results, call the one I trust, Gloria Liu, at 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888, or visit gloriahasthebuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Welcome back, DGS. That's such a weird feeling when you're talking to a dead mic and you have headphones on. Like, must have been how Maduro felt.
It's a false start.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty.
Rach, what do you want to tell me about? You have a lot of interesting stories today.
Let me take a look at my sheet here. Okay, this is an interesting story I saw on KMOX's website, actually. So there was a Circle K manager who ended up selling a winning lottery ticket.
Ooh, I heard this one.
So what happened was a customer visited their Circle K on November 24th of last year. They asked an employee to replay some lottery numbers that they had previously used for that evening's drawing. It was an Arizona lottery game called The Pick. So they print out $85 worth of tickets, but the customer only paid for $60 and left the remaining 25 tickets on the counter. So this is something that happens sometimes at the gas station. They'll print out a ticket and then the person's unable to pay. They just set it aside.
Yeah.
The winning numbers were later announced, and one of the unpurchased tickets matched all 6 numbers.
Man.
So the store manager of the Circle K arrived for his shift and figured out that a winning ticket had been printed at his location. So he went and looked at those extra tickets and found it. He clocks out, takes off his Circle K uniform, and had another Circle K employee ring him up for the remaining tickets, including the winner. So he paid $10. He signs the back of the ticket and assumes that he is going to be able to collect this lottery money. Circle K management immediately gets involved, confiscate the ticket.
So he didn't come
holds it at
close.
his corporate office. No, he did not come close. So Arizona lottery rules prohibit store employees from playing any lottery game while working. So that explains why he clocked out and changed clothes.
Right.
But okay, so under the Arizona Administrative Code, when a retailer prints that lottery ticket that a customer is unable to pay for, abandons, what have you, it becomes the retailer's property. So I guess what Circle K is going to be arguing is that is our
Theirs.
ticket. Like, it doesn't matter that you clocked out. It doesn't matter that you were in your
That's interesting.
civilian clothes. Like,
Yeah.
this was, you were not supposed to do this. So this will be really interesting to see how this
I
plays
wonder
out.
if they would have caught him if he would have gone to a friend and said, "You bought this ticket and we're going to split it in half." Like if they would have had a way. Like I wonder if every time there's a winning ticket, they go back and look at the
time
and the cameras and yep, there's Kevin Wheeler at 11:43. It's kosher.
I would think that anything that happens after the numbers are announced would be, you can't sell it after that.
I guess because it was already printed out.
All right.
I'm just surprised that it was still there.
Yeah.
Because I know, like at QT, for example, sometimes when this happens, not everyone picks their numbers. They're like, just give me the randoms. So they'll give one that got abandoned. You know what I'm saying? I'm guessing he didn't get a friend to do it because he was probably just in a pure panic of like, I've got to buy this right now before someone else comes in and buys it. Unknowingly, you know?
Yeah. Interesting.
So the deadline for this is going to be May 23rd of this year. Circle K is not looking for the jackpot, but they're asking courts to determine the lawful owner so the prize can be properly paid out. But Circle K does not think this manager is the lawful owner.
I think they have a pretty good point.
Yeah.
I agree.
think so too.
I mean, if he had turned around and maybe done that before the numbers were drawn, I wonder if anybody makes a big deal out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably not at all because he wouldn't have knowingly been like he was basically. I hate to say he was stealing from Circle K, but kind of. That ticket belonged to them.
He's definitely running a scam.
Yeah. So.
I mean, the whole I'm only paying for it if I'm winning is kind of a rigged game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Andrew just left.
I know. I need him too. I need him too.
He shouldn't be allowed to leave.
I know. He's fired. You'll never see him again on the stream.
Guessing the guest is here.
Yeah, he's got to go get the guest.
Yeah, Jon Stewart had a very similar take on Punch the Monkey to the two of you. And he's taking a lot of crap for it. People love that friggin' monkey.
I mean, I do too, but I mean, like...
Yes, thank you, Wheels. That's what's so frustrating. We like the we're not over here like screw Punch the Monkey. We hate this guy. Like, no, we love the monkey too. We're just a little bit more realistic about what's happening.
Well, I mean, I'm trusting the professionals.
Like
the people that are raising those monkeys and taking care of them are literally professionals. This is what they do.
John's take was a little different, and I'll read it at like 3:30 or something. But he was like, "You are second guessing the monkeys."
Yes.
Well, that's a fair point.
This is not, like I said on Friday, This is happening right now to thousands of monkeys, literally at this second. This is how those monkeys interact with each other. The same way you would verbally scold a child if they were doing something to like upset the hierarchy, upset social rules. That's what the monkeys are doing to Punch. Punch is stepping out of line and they are scolding him. Yes, it's unpleasant to witness, but like, I don't think that this is a special case of hazing of this one particular monkey.
And again, if the people who have studied primates for their livelihoods and they take care of them, if they don't think there's a problem, I'm going to trust them more than just my eyeballs on my phone. You know?
Andrew's back.
Yeah.
Well, the segment's over, so a lot of good that does us.
Yeah, you missed it.
Missed what?
Jon Stewart did a whole rant on Punch, and he's with these two. So if we had time, I would read you what he said. It was interesting, but he basically said, don't second guess the monkeys. The monkeys have made a judgment on Punch. They don't like him. Let the monkeys know better than we do. So let it play out.
You don't know.
Tell you guys about my good friend, Dr. Kathy Maupin and Dr. Rachel Sullivan. I'm not big on calls to action. I'm not big on you have to this and you have to that. I will just say this, that life is full of decisions, and there are some of them that are uncomfortable. And the decision to seek help for your waning testosterone is difficult. It's a little bit embarrassing, you know? I don't have that. I get embarrassed in other ways, but like if I needed a hearing aid, I would get it. If my body has stopped producing testosterone at the levels that I'm comfortable with, I'm totally fine getting medical intervention, which I got 7 years ago, never looked back. All you have to do is take a blood test, and you can have that set up by Dr. Kathy Maupin. Right next door, BioBalance Skin, where they just make you look better. They just do. Nothing's permanent. Nothing's painful. Botox and chemical peels and micro needling and this, they have so many arrows to shoot at that. For all things Dr. Maupin, go to biobalancehealth.com.
Many of you know that my inspiration for becoming an accident attorney was my brother Tim, who was rendered a quadriplegic at age 18. I didn't know what a personal injury lawyer was or what they did, but I soon did. Tim was treated terribly by the insurance company, and I became enraged. It was a constant delay and deny. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Tim later worked with me for 27 years. Last year, my hero died at age 65. You can see my eulogy for him by visiting mybrothertim.com. He was one hell of a man. Because of Tim, together we built the largest injury firm in the world, and our clients are treated the way I would want my family to be treated. At Morgan & Morgan, nobody is a nobody and everybody is a somebody. If you need our help, visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer. See you soon, Tim. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Straight Realty has always been an industry leader when it comes to commissions, so it should come as no surprise that the recent Realtor settlement has only empowered us to continue offering our sellers even better rates. We now list homes for only 2%. Hi, I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. Call me, 314-441-4444. Why pay more than 2? You can also listen to my podcast on my website, straightrealty.com.
Commissions are not regulated and are negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
100 years. That's how long Overhead Door Company of St. Louis has been repairing and replacing garage doors. A century of trust in St. Louis. Always look for the iconic red ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis for same-day repair service and no extra charge for evening or Saturday service. Trust your friends at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Schedule online at overheaddoorstlouis.com. That's overheaddoorstlouis.com.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, it is windy and right now 51 degrees downtown at the Arch. A major shakeup in local higher education. Washington University is acquiring the campus of the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy, along with the St. Louis College of Pharmacy. WashU plans to add the Pharmacy College as its 10th academic school after the 2026-27 academic year. While some undergraduate programs will be integrated into WashU, UHSP's College of Arts and Sciences, Global Population Health, and Graduate Studies will be phased out. As KMOX follows up on video lottery games and businesses that hold liquor licenses in St. Louis County.
Executive Director Sam Page wants the council to approve 2 new inspectors for the Revenue Department to enforce the liquor license regulations.
Have these inspectors investigate the complaints that are coming into St. Louis County about VLTs. We'd also like to take a proactive approach and send these inspectors into convenience stores, gas stations, and other places that have a liquor license to make sure that they don't have VLTs on their premises.
Page expects some liquor license holders to remove the video lottery games immediately, but he also expects some will test enforcement to see if they can fly under the radar. Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
A threat on the Washington University main campus today turned out to be a false alarm. A shelter-in-place order was issued at about 9 a.m. and lifted an hour and a half later after research determined there was no threat. The U.S. House has failed to pass legislation that would have required all aircraft flying around busy airports to have key locator systems, as correspondent Cammie McCormick reports.
The head of the NTSB said the Rotor Act would have prevented the mid-air collision near Washington, D.C. that killed 67 people. That involved a passenger plane and an Army helicopter. The legislation would require most aircraft to be equipped with a system that can receive data about the location of other aircraft. It also would have forced a safety review of flight routes at many airports, as well as limits on when the military can turn off the location technology. The Pentagon had backed the measure, but pulled its support ahead of the House vote.
President Trump has invited the gold medal winning U.S. men's Olympic hockey team to the White House and to tonight's State of the Union speech. And the man who sealed the victory for Team USA will have an interesting smile.
24-year-old Florida native Jack Hughes arrived home without some of his teeth. They were knocked out before he scored the golden goal against Canada. He was asked if he ever considered leaving the game.
In hockey, like, if you lose your teeth, it's not even a question of, like, coming back and playing. That's like a automatic.
The reporter then asked Hughes to smile for the cameras.
No, I'm going to fix these things. I want my good smile back.
Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
From the business desk, consumer resilience continues to help keep the economy afloat. Here's business reporter Jason Brooks.
Consumer confidence levels improved in February, topping market estimates and overcoming ongoing concerns over inflation and a weakening labor market. The Conference Board's confidence reading improved to 91.2 in February from 89 the previous month, with a solid improvement in the expectations index for the next 6 months, overcoming a weaker reading in the present situation index. Big ticket purchasing plans over the next 6 months increased from the previous month, with used cars, furniture, TVs, and smartphones the most popular items.
Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now to Stifel and Scott Bedell. Scott?
Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, everyone. Stock markets return to their winning ways as the displacement concerns caused by artificial intelligence began to subside. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 370 points, or 0.75% to 49,174. The Standard & Poor's 500 index higher by 0.75% to 6,890, while the NASDAQ Composite gained 1%. They closed at 22,863. Locally, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index rebounded 1.25% to 1,760. Checking on some stocks of local interest, Stifel Financial added 0.5% at $113.01. Anheuser-Busch gained 0.8% at $80.66. Emerson Electric up 3.7% to close at $150.88. On the downside, Caleres fell 2.5% at $12.12, while Centene lost 2.25%. They closed at $42.37. This has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, we invite you to visit our website at stifel.com.
A little easing of the winter cold as we go through our afternoon, partly sunny skies, but it is windy, so there'll be a chill in the air, even though we'll get up to about 55. Some clouds around tonight. All is quiet, 40 degrees. Wednesday, sunny and 53. A little storm, a weak storm coming by late Wednesday night with some light rain showers developing after midnight, 37. Thursday morning, light showers, then turning partly sunny and 49. It's not a big deal. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It is 51, feels like 35 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS and KMOX, few minutes past 3 p.m. Live in studio, we have a very good friend of ours, Chris Saraceno. His family owns Bartolino's and Chris's Pancakes, and Chris is at the docket. It's probably not even called Chris's Pancakes. It's just always, to me, it's been Chris's Pancakes.
That's it.
Oh, good. Perfect. Look at that. I'm naming restaurants. So we wanted to have Chris in for a few reasons. One, he's our pal. Two, his son just competed in the Olympics, and he was over there to watch it. And then three, Chris is the chairman of the police board. Is that the proper?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm president of the Police Board Association.
Quite a year for you.
It has been. It's been a great year. Blessings all over, and it's busy, but great. It's an honor to do all the things that you just mentioned.
Yeah. Well, let's start with the fun stuff. Start with the Olympics.
Yeah.
So tell me your son's story.
Yeah. So Nick has played locally here in St. Louis with different hockey teams, amateur teams. Went on to Junior A in Cedar Rapids. From there, he went on to Providence College in Providence, Rhode Island.
Yeah,
won a national championship there. Was undrafted in the NHL, but played for the American Hockey League team, Minnesota Wild, Iowa Wild. Bounced around in the American League and then the East Coast League. Had an agent from Europe reach out to him and asked him to come over to Europe, able to do so. Played in the Italian league for the last 4 seasons. He was in Slovakia for 1 season, played in the Italian league for 4. He got a citizenship while he was there through our family heritage.
Yeah.
And during that process, the national team had reached out to him to try out for the team. So it was a 2-year process. They tried out and went to tournaments, and the selection of the Olympic team came, and he was selected to the team. So it was a great experience and a great honor to represent the motherland, not his homeland, but his motherland.
Yeah.
So where his roots are from.
Where are you from in Italy?
The Abruzzi region was from my father's area, and my mother was from the Sicily region in Portonico, which is a small
Sicilian mother.
Yes. I was way more scared. We were all more scared of our mother than our father. Not that she was just, but fair.
Yeah. Have you gone back to the motherland a lot during your life?
Yes, we have. And since Nick's been playing there the last 4 seasons, we've been over there every year. But also to be able to visit our relatives. My dad was one of 8 boys, so there is a lot of family there.
Wow.
And
a lot of Saracenos.
Yeah. So that's a really cool experience, and everybody reaching out from all over to congratulate him, the opportunity to experience an Olympic, being a participant in the Olympics was quite an honor for him. And he said walking out of the tunnel in the opening ceremonies was a time of his life. He's never experienced anything like that in his life, and he was just blown away by the experience.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Really cool. Thank you. No, appreciate it.
Really, really makes me, what am I looking for? Disappointed in my son.
Oh my goodness.
No, you know what? Listen. I was saying this when people ask me. I said, any of us as parents, all you want your kid to do is fulfill a dream, whatever that dream may be.
Yeah.
Like, fulfill it, work at it, and if it comes, you hopefully they're able to fulfill that dream, whatever that dream may be.
It's a pretty big one.
It's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So the police commission, I want to hear the backstory. Like, how did someone call you one day and say, hey, busy enough at the Pancake House?
Well, when I think the officers in the Police Officers Association were pushing to bring state control back in the city, the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, there were some folks that reached out and asked if Governor Kehoe would sign that bill into place, and state would take control, that if I'd be interested in serving as a board member. And I was very flattered and honored at that ask, and an opportunity to service the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, which our family has raised our kids and our businesses in the city for so many years since my dad came to this country, and an opportunity to pay it back was very, very fulfilling for me, and an opportunity to do so.
Yeah. And you're close with the cops. I mean, they're in and out of the restaurant all the time. We see them. And
backstory, when there was previous state control, my older brother Bart served on the city board. My brother John served in the county as police commissioners as well. We just have a good connection to the police department. It's hard to wrap your head around a profession that asks an individual to go towards danger when everybody else is running away. I think we owe that to at least the respect of the profession. And It's a noble profession.
So if you're just tuning in, we're talking to our pal, Chris Aracino, Bartolino's, Chris's, and the chairman of the new police board. So obviously, there's criticism and, this board, blah, 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 this guy shouldn't be on it, that guy shouldn't be on it. What do you think that people who don't like it, what are they missing?
Well, I think that they're missing the independence, the bipartisan independence that this board represents. It is very much helping support the police department and the operations of the department. We're not in any strategies. We have a chief of police that does that, Chief Robert Tracy, who does an excellent job. The men and women of the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department are exceptional, even though we may be down in numbers, but those who are serving our community, for firsthand look at it, when I go to roll calls and I see the work that they're putting in, the commitment and dedication, whether they've been here for 25, 30 years, they're just coming on board. They are committed to providing a service to our community. Yeah. And I'm very proud to be able to help support, and Chief Tracy calls this the back of the house, where it's not fancy, it's not glorious, but how are we finding our efficiencies? How can we continue to provide the best resources, tools for every officer on this department that they can go out and do their job, right? To actually go out and win the day. I always talk about winning the day, and it's not just winning the day by locking up every bad guy. It's actually trying to bring the community along with you as you do your job. Yeah. And so it's as noble profession as I can ever think of.
Rach and Wheels, jump in anywhere you want.
Yeah, I have a question for Chris.
Yeah.
Working downtown and owning a business downtown for as long as you have, how are you feeling right now as opposed to maybe a couple years ago? I know the stats show that downtown is doing better and is safer. How do you feel personally?
I always say that it's, perception's reality sometimes, but in sometimes our perception isn't always the picture. We do see, we have a lot of different issues out there, right? We have the unhoused. We have these different challenges that every metropolitan area faces, right? And I think it's step by step. You can never just get from point A to point Z without going through the alphabet. And so I think as we take steps forward, and they have to be incremental steps that make a difference, we will see the changes coming along. I think that when we have events here, we had the skating, the U.S. figure skating just recently, we showed well. We want to have that showing every day when the St. Louis Cardinals are playing, when the Blues are playing. So people that come down here, and I hear this all the time, I can't, I'm not going to go downtown because I don't want to walk 6 blocks with my kids or with my grandkids or with my wife and have to worry about it. We need to provide a little better presence out there on the street to make us feel safe. Just not to go back to the Olympics, but in Italy, when at the Olympics in Milan, which is a very dangerous city by its reputation, I should say very dangerous, but it's a dangerous city by reputation. There was a police at every step of the way, and you never felt out of that. Hopefully someday we can get to that point, a presence of deterrence, a presence of help in the community will be very, very important. And those are steps that we are trying to make. And it's going to be incremental, but we will work. We have goals set on how to get there. But it will take time.
So is that the way it is envisioned by the police and by the board? Not literally a cop on every corner, doing tricks with the billy stick or whatever, but just much more of a presence downtown.
Correct. I mean, whether you're seeing them in a vehicle drive by, whether you see them on a street walking, whether you see them on a bicycle, where you see them, however you see a presence of them, I think will be something that we are shooting for as a goal. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver by any means. Our biggest goal as a commission is to recruit and retain officers and give them the compensation that they deserve, that puts us in a competitive marketplace as other departments in our region.
And you would say that's the biggest roadblock we're facing right now is recruiting, and then having the budget to pay for it?
Well, let's say in the recruitment efforts, the profession of law enforcement has been down across the country, not just in our region. It's a challenge all across the area. I think first and foremost is bringing back the noble profession. As I had the opportunity to speak to 2 classes since being part of this commission, classes that have graduated from the police department academy, I say it's a noble profession, and we have to return that. Listen, I know that it took because of some bad actors, and any organization that was happen, the opportunity for us to honestly to train those officers, to train the profession, to bring it up, that it is so that they are so well trained that the job they're doing is going out and it's instinctive. That's what we would love to do. And it's hard to say that the police business is instinctive because every minute is different. And every call is absolutely, a new call. Right. So that's where we really want to support, to show them that we will support them and get them the opportunities to be the best officers that they can be.
What can we, the DGS audience and St. Louis listening in general, is there anything we can do to help, to support, to not get in your way?
It's a good question. And I think supporting the officers throughout our city. Listen, I say this, the other thing I say is really big is the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department is the premier law enforcement agency in our state. It's been around for ever. It's set the standards. We're at 800 give or take plus officers. They go out and do their jobs every day. The command staff that we have in the department has institutional knowledge that is absolutely extraordinary. I think helping be a part of a good community and supporting the efforts of what the officers are trying to do and what the department is trying to do is very, very important. Holding the department accountable is also important. We all have to be held accountable too. I mean, it's not like you got a blank check and go do what you got to do. Well, when I came on and being selected as the chairman, I said we'll have 5 goals. Right? Respect being first and foremost. Accountable being another goal of ours. Taking ownership of, if there's a problem, we take ownership and we work to solve those problems. We have to be goal oriented. We have to have an end goal of what we're trying to accomplish here. And then the well-being of every officer in the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department. And I should also talk about the support staff that goes along with it, because we have an unbelievable crime lab. We have unbelievable civilian leadership citizens that are in our department that go out and provide the support that these officers can go out and do their job. 911, all that. the challenge of that is, how do you reward them for what they're doing? It takes a budget, it takes dollars. And we're committed to find ways to help support those men and women who support the department in professional aspects, who do the actual dangerous jobs every day. And then, that's what we're trying to do. And I think that's just important. And let's all pull the rock in the same direction. We can hold each other accountable. We could be accountable to each other. No question, no problems with that. It should be that way. But we also have to support along the way too.
Yeah.
Encouragement.
Well, thanks for your service on the board, and congrats again on your son's accomplishment. Really cool.
Thank you for allowing me to be.
Of course.
It's always an honor.
Anytime.
Thank you.
How many of you think taxes will go up in the future? And if they do, who will get hit the hardest? Maybe it's you, headed for retirement. You've been saving in that 401k or IRA, and that money has never been taxed. And Uncle Sam is looking at that account like it's a big, juicy steak. What can you do about it? Join the All Financial Group for their Taxes in Retirement Seminar, Thursday, February 19th or Tuesday, February 24th. They believe a financial plan is not a retirement plan without a tax plan. Fund your retirement, not Uncle Sam's. Reserve your spot today by calling 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824. Or go to yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
Are you looking for a podcast about pro football that doesn't put you to sleep with an avalanche of analytics or insult your fandom with brainless hot takes? Well, hi. I'm Dan Hansis.
And I'm Mark Sessler.
Oh, hi, Mark. And we're the hosts of Heed the Call, the NFL podcast you've been waiting your whole life for.
Heed the Call covers every game, every storyline, everything that matters, and we do it all with a touch of mirth.
Football is fun. Why shouldn't your football podcast be the same?
Follow and listen to Heed the Call NFL podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
I was ordering food for the office from the same few places for too long.
For workplaces suffering with office food fatigue, every day's a struggle.
Before starting Easy Cater, I assumed having no good vegan options for Carl in finance was normal.
Easy Cater is designed to treat OFF with a huge variety of favorite restaurants, plus tools to help you meet dietary needs and stay on budget. Used daily, one platform lets you save time and shine. Ask your app store about Easy Cater or start an order at easycater.com.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If snow and cold has you thinking spring, why don't you do something constructive and call Chesterfield Fence and Deck? Let this be the year that you have that beautiful outdoor space that you've always wanted. Whether you're talking about a new deck, a patio, a pergola, they do all of it. And of course, fences as well, sunrooms, screen rooms. You can visit their beautiful showroom in the Chesterfield Valley. Chesterfield Fence and Deck is the sign you have the very best since 1968. All of their products are guaranteed by a 5-year labor warranty, comprehensive material warranties provided. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Now, if you're looking for the rock bottom cheapest price, Chesterfield Fence and Deck is not it. What they are is the company that guarantees their work and has been doing great work for 57 years. Quality work that will last for a long, long time. So you can enjoy your outdoor space for years to come. If you mention me, Debbie Monterey, they'll offer you 48 months interest-free financing. ChesterfieldFence.com.
Want to build income without a second job? Learn how real estate investing can help you create extra income one step at a time with Lifestyles Unlimited. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. It's a good segment.
Yeah.
Learned a
Really
lot.
good.
Learned a lot. Did you guys see the James Gunn stuff?
I did not. What's he up to?
So James Gunn has been celibate for 43 years. And
He was married. He
he
was married to Jenna Fisher from The Office.
Well, he also had a kid, right?
Have I been lied to?
James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wait, maybe it's a different Gunn.
The director
I think so.
from St. Louis.
I think so.
Yeah, he's been married. He's
Okay,
currently married.
Look up Gunn, celibate 43 years.
Okay.
See what it gives you.
I would
What a
love if
weird
this was a
search, too.
Tim Gunn from
Okay.
Project Runway.
Okay. James is getting laid like carpet.
Tim Gunn.
Don't even worry about James Gunn.
He's
And Tim's a little older than James, so
Okay.
Yeah. So Tim is gay.
Mhm.
And he said that he was in a relationship 43 years ago that was everything to him. And one night his boyfriend broke up with him. And then he found out that he was sleeping with everyone. And he said that it just almost ended him. And so he decided, I'm not going back. I'm just not going back. I'm going to make my life about something else. I just thought it's very interesting.
It is interesting. And you know what? Good for him. That
Less interesting if there was James Gunn, but it's interesting.
I mean, I feel terrible for him because obviously, that's a bit. He probably just didn't feel safe and comfortable. And then you probably get to a point where it's like, well, it's not something I really need.
Yeah.
But good for him that he feels comfortable talking about that.
Absolutely.
Because I think that's probably the case for more people than maybe you would assume.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's something that just doesn't get talked about a lot.
There's a minute and a half to fill. Anyone got anything? I got tons of stuff, but just not a minute and a half stuff.
I was going to say, that's the same idea, unless you want to just do a quick hit with the Cardinals game. It's tonight.
Do it.
Because they don't play in the daytime today. They actually play at 5 o'clock tonight. So you'll have, we won't have like a result to talk about today, but that'll be going on later on. Redbird Rush Hour is short tonight. We got a Billikens game, so 5:45
Dayton,
pregame,
right?
6 o'clock. Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, big one.
They've had a few big ones this year in the conference, and they've passed almost every test. You had the one blip, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. The Rhode Island game got away from you, but you got such a good resume. You're going to win the regular season in the conference, and I don't know if you need to win the A-10. I don't think so, but it's probably better if you do.
Amy,
yes.
I have a real beef with bathroom doors in hotels. The stupid sliding door. No, give me a fully shut door, because the sliding door, you know what happens? There's always a gap.
There's a gap.
And so if you have a partner with you in the hotel room, there are sounds and smells and steam.
It puts a new meaning to the word butt crack.
The Chris and Amy Show, weekdays starting at 9 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100. And I'm telling you, I was ecstatic, could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did, they gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Call 877-WINDOWS. That's 877-WINDOWS. Or head to rbastl.com.
What if every time you spent money, you saved money too? With Achieve It Checking from Together Credit Union, you can do just that. Every debit card purchase is rounded up to the nearest dollar, and the spare change goes right into your savings. And here's the best part. Together Credit Union boosts your progress by matching qualifying savings up to $8 a month. It's a free checking account that helps you achieve more automatically. Learn more, or better yet, enroll today at Together Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, the traffic's not bad this afternoon. The lack of sunshine for a lot of folks is helping, I think, on the westbound drive home. Westbound Highway 70 is just a little busy. We had an incident reported near Caves, but it looks great in St. Charles County. Westbound 70 in that area, just A through Z, just a couple little heavy spots. Southbound 270, Olive to Ladue, both sides of Manchester. Then you're pretty much good to go all the way down to 55. Southbound 170, bogs down at Ladue. North 170 still running well. Southbound 55, a little busy. Gasconade, Bates, but it looks good down in Jeffco. And you have the usual roadwork slowdown on eastbound 64, approaching 157 midway up the hill to 159. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Rhino Shield is far superior house paint. Rhino Shield is 8 to 10 times thicker than paint and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty. Rhino Shield is the only ceramic coating company that has been chosen by Disney. This old episode is concentrated on unpainted brick, bonds and seals to stucco, wood, hardy, block, color lock, masonite, and more. No better product for those steel aluminum sided homes that have become, chalky and tired looking. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. After 15 years, we've got a great reputation and a superior product. As long as it's affordable, why wouldn't you do it? Before you make the costly mistake of painting with traditional paint, you'd be best served to call Rhino Shield today. We are the experts and our evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Tonight, it's men's Pelicans basketball action as they take to the court against Dayton. Pre-game 5:45, tip at 6 on your home for Pelicans basketball. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Dave Murray joins us, brought to you by the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. Hello, Dave.
Hello there.
Art of War says, was the WashU lockdown a false alarm? Also, did you wear the hoodie for support or just a coincidence? Total coincidence. I wore this last night to play baseball, and so it was sitting out when I got up this morning. I'm like, it's fine.
It's right there.
It's right there. And then about
Typical guy.
Then about 9 o'clock, we got word of this active shooter on the WashU campus, and I'll talk to Maria Keenan. She's been covering it all day, but I've not heard yet. All they said, it was not a credible threat. So someone may have mistaken something for a gun, or who knows. But the kids are safe, and no shooter. Yeah, Nick texted me. He had a friend who was like sheltering in place in a bathroom, just And that's the kind of thing that even if it's a false alarm or not a credible threat, you went through that experience. Like if you're hiding in a bathroom, you are hiding in a bathroom from what you thought was an active shooter. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So there are tons of kids over there just traumatized today, I'm sure. Yeah. It's a crazy world, man.
It is a crazy world. That's what? That's the best way to put it. It's just a crazy world.
You just don't know. You just don't know. It's a little bit comforting. You could get shot at a basketball game. You could get shot at a funeral. You could get shot at a Shakey's Pizza. There's something about that at least makes me think, well, I'm going to go ahead and go to the basketball game and to Shakey's Pizza because I could get shot at a funeral. It just, just have to keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah. Do you think about stuff though from time like a concert or like a big concert or?
I usually clock the exits, which I never did before.
Yes.
But now I go in, I'm like, okay, if the you know what hits the fan, I'm going to head that way. And it happened to Nick and I once. We were at a restaurant. He doesn't remember this. We were at a restaurant in Clayton, my favorite Mexican restaurant at the time. And we were in a back booth. And I don't know what the sound was, but it couldn't have sounded more like a gunshot in the restaurant. And I reacted and jumped out of the booth and was heading towards the back, like, a couple steps. And then it was, someone dropped something or something. It was clear that it wasn't a shooter, but like that for 5 seconds, that's what I thought it was, which is terrifying.
It is terrifying. As and it's like we've just become that. I guess we've just become that.
Phoebe lives about 5 blocks from this bar in KU. It's one of her typical haunts. And there was a shooting there about a month ago. Some kid got shot. And she said she wasn't at the bar, but she heard the gunshot. That's close enough.
Yes.
For your kid to hear a gunshot. All right. Happier things. Let's talk about the weather this week.
Yeah. Let's do it. It's we're quiet right now. There's a lot of high cloudy. There's some clouds. Excuse me, some clouds around. Quiet day tomorrow, partly sunny skies. Though I think it's a day of increasing clouds and 53. A very weak storm system comes by late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. A lot of clouds, couple of showers here and there, and I'm going to get a sip of water and we'll pick it up there. So talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Yes. We've all been there.
Man, there's not much worse when you're like talking and that happens.
Did it ever happen to you when you were solo?
Yeah, I had a couple of coughing fits where it's just like go to break.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's literally nothing you can do.
I couldn't do the U-Man thing. He says he power through it. Just power through it. Nope, couldn't do it that time.
Sometimes you can't.
Did that happen to you on television, Dave?
Oh yes, absolutely. Probably can't count the times.
That's got to suck.
You always have a bottle of water nearby.
There you go.
I can't. And the other thing, I can't tell you how many times I brought a bottle of water to an anchor person.
Oh,
because he or she was doing the same thing and they didn't have water. Like,
one of the things I actually made a decision about in my career was when that happened, or if I tripped over my words, that I would just treat it very casually. I wouldn't call attention to it. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Just, it happens. We're humans.
Yeah,
we
right.
choke. Yeah. We misspeak. And I think it's one of the best decisions I made because the audience just learned like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, back to the weather.
So anyway, so late tomorrow night, a couple of light rain showers kicking through. This is not a big deal. I'm going to add the chance of a wet snowflake just because it's not cold enough, but it's close enough. 37 for the low. It's no big deal. Maybe an early morning shower, leftover shower Thursday. Otherwise, it's a dry day, partly sunny and 49. Friday and Saturday, sunshine, 67 each day, Friday and Saturday. And then hang on, because Saturday and Sunday, we have a shot of rain and snow. And obviously colder temperatures. It does look like the weather pattern is going to become very active as we get into next week.
Yeah.
What does that translate to? It's a little early to tell. Also, our spring forecast. I'm still on winter. Spring forecast this Thursday, coming up very quickly right here on the Dave Glover Show.
Love it.
I actually, walking the dogs today, I said, you know what? I don't feel good about a thing I put in March and early April. So I'm going to switch that over. I'm going to switch it up. That's how you come down to the wire that way.
I know you take this very seriously, but I really appreciate how seriously you take it.
Well, I appreciate that you appreciate it.
I get
Appreciate
it.
the appreciation.
I see it. I see you struggling, and it's just so important.
Now, I may flip right back again before Thursday afternoon.
We'll never know.
You never. Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you if I flipped.
Mitch wants to know if you're getting him a birthday gift for tomorrow.
No.
As simple as that, folks.
That's the best.
Mitch has the same birthday as my niece Darcy.
Mitch, you just got Dave Murray'd. Chip says, remember when Close choked while talking?
That happened like 5,000 times.
Well,
every day.
The one I'm thinking of was the famous donut hole experiment. You know this one, Wheels?
Yeah, got hung up.
So he said he could eat 100 donut holes. So my dumbass went out and bought 100 donut holes. And remember the box? It was like this.
It's the size of like
It was like the size of the table that you took.
it's like an old lunchbox, like the old ones that your dad probably took.
Oh, no.
No, this was enormous.
Oh, it's bigger than that?
Oh, it's like this. You could put a cello in it. And
It's like the size of the control board.
It's just full of donut holes, right? There's 100 of them. The first donut hole, number one, he chokes on it and says, I can't go on. And I want to say that years later, he admitted that he faked it, but I might be conflating that with the French fry episode.
Yeah, he did it with the fries too.
Yeah, he did it twice.
So he said he could eat how many French fries?
We were all supposed to try to eat 3 large orders of McDonald's fries.
And did he choke again, or did he just refuse to do it?
It got hung up.
Yeah, it got hung up.
It
So
got hung up.
he took like
he did another choke.
he grabbed like 3 fries, took a bite, and he's like, it's hung up.
That one he admitted, because you guys ate your fries.
Yeah.
And Tony. And that one he carped you. Like live on the air. He's like, I gotcha. Stupid idiots.
He carped us. And the thing is,
stupid dummies ate a lot of good fries.
He wouldn't admit it at the time, but it was, and he still won't admit it, but it's painfully obvious that he was lying about the donut holes too. It was a bluff that got away from him all the way up until he was actually confronted with it. And he's like, well, I'm just going to take a dive here.
We,
I mean, didn't even make an effort to get like 8.
No.
So
there's like one.
Then I got to eat 99 donut holes. So I was like,
no.
99 donut holes.
No, I didn't. I don't remember what happened to him.
I do. I took them home, and Phoebe would have been 7. And she said, we should take these to the Luna girls, her best friends. And there are 5 girls and 1 boy, I think, and they all had the flu. And so we took the donut holes, we put them on their front step, rang the doorbell, ran, hid in the car, and watched them all like float out there like little waifs, and just found 100 donut holes. And we didn't tell them for like months. That it was
really?
us. Yeah.
That's funny.
What happened when you went to the donut shop and said you want 100 donut holes? Did they have them?
I'm thinking that I didn't do it. Probably someone else did it, because I don't have a memory of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you remember doing it?
No, it wasn't me.
Maybe they delivered it.
Maybe.
Yeah, whatever donut shop provided those is listening right now.
You're like,
They're
yeah, really?
Man, that sucks.
Well, I mean, maybe I got this wrong, but I'm assuming you make 100 donuts a day, right? Well, that's going to create 100 donut holes.
See, there you are. That's so Wheeler.
Yeah, it really is.
They're like, great, somebody's going to take these off our hands and give us money for them.
I view Wheeler's brain like an old pachinko machine, where the steel ball starts up here and it's like, does not compute, doesn't compute, doesn't compute.
There's your answer.
Don't they have 100 donut holes?
But then we all go, wow, he's got us there. But that's predicated upon the idea that no one else has purchased a donut hole that day, which are one of the most popular items at the donut shop.
Yeah.
Are they?
I mean, let's really face it.
And they sell them a dozen at a time.
Yeah, you don't make a donut and all of a sudden.
No, I know I was being a smart ass.
Okay.
You get a little baby donut.
I know you were.
I know they specifically make the little munchkins.
Here's my best donut making secret from when I worked at Mr. Donut. Maybe they do it differently now. Maybe we did it different over on the east side. But my favorite donut of all time, hands down, is a crumb cake. What you do is you take a cake donut, you glaze it, and then you have the crumbs, and you roll it in the crumbs, and it's just so good. The crumbs are 30-day-old stale donuts, which they would put in a box and just set them up on a shelf. And then you put them in the mixer and it crumbles them up into like breadcrumbs. And so you're basically the best donut in the world is covered in stale 30-year-old donuts. 30-day.
30-year? Wow.
30-day.
I would do
Still love
anything
them.
for a
Still
donut
love
hole.
them.
Yeah, it's still pretty good.
You'd do anything for a what?
Donut hole.
Right now?
Absolutely anything.
You mean like order them online?
Anything. You name it, brother.
Yeah, because you're probably willing to do stuff you don't have to.
Right.
Thank you, Dave.
All righty.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, they're working with a motorcyclist crash northbound 141 before Romaine Creek, left lane block, so it's jammed back to 21. Northbound 270, there's a crash at the end of the 55 ramp getting on, just like in the mornings we have problems there. We got one right now, so it's backed up 255 on North 270. Creve Coeur Mill Road at 141, there's a rescue crash over in Maryland Heights. Westbound Highway 70, slow stuff, the city limits, Goodfellow Jennings Station area, right around Zumbo Cave Springs, approaching Mid Rivers, but after that, it's not bad. Westbound 64, Science Center to Clayton Skinker, Clayton Warson to 270, that's all slow. Then just a little heavy at Prospect. Southbound 270, south of 364 down to Ladue and past 64, a little slow at 44. And then south of Tesson Ferry, looking at northbound wreck. Southbound 55, Gasconade Bates, barely a slowdown at Highway Z. Westbound 44, heavy downtown between the bridges. Eastbound 64, 255, midway to 159. You've got roadwork delays. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
For 100 years, KMOX has been a part of St. Louis. Now, those moments live on, preserved, remastered, and ready to be heard again. Discover KMOX from the Archives, a podcast featuring classic audio from a century of service.
Sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original.
The KMOX from the Archives podcast, available now at KMOX100.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Start your summer early at the St. Charles Boat Show, March 5th through 8th at the St. Charles Convention Center. The top marine dealers from the Lake of the Ozarks will be on site with the newest boats, personal watercraft, docks, and accessories. Step aboard, compare models, and find the perfect ride for your family. Special show pricing and experts ready to help make your boating dreams a reality. Visit lakeoftheozarksboatdealers.com for more information.
Hey guys, Kevin Wheeler here for 213 Complex. Of course, you can pick that up at Supplement Superstores. And I highly recommend going in and having conversations. You know, everybody that works at Supplement Superstores is both a certified sports nutrition specialist and a personal trainer. They got a lot of ways that they can help you. And what 213 Complex is similar to you as to what those employees are to you. It is a great resource and obviously a tremendous aid towards you reaching your goals. So 213 Complex, the simple version of this is it's the most effective all-natural weight loss supplement on the market because it works with your body. It gets your metabolism working at the level that it's supposed to be working at, and most of us are not working at optimal levels on a day-to-day basis. And when that's working, you burn calories, you burn stored fat, you don't put more fat on, you start to get towards those goals. There are a lot of other things that work from 213 Complex, but that's kind of the main one that's going to get you to where you want to be. But you also get help with cravings. You get all-day focused energy with no crash at the end of the day like you get with energy drinks, and it'll lower some cortisol levels for you as well, which can help with sleep. And, of course, sleep is critical in recovery. It's just a really good all-around tool. It's not magic, right? You still got to work out. You still have to eat right. But those things are easier with 213 Complex. Nothing's easy, but it's easier when you have the help. So get out to Supplement Superstores, have the conversations, tell them your goals, tell them Kevin Wheeler sent you in, and they'll knock 30% off that 213 Complex for you as well. And you can find your location at supplementsuperstores.com.
Is your furnace on its last legs? Don't wait for a cold night to find out. Jerry Kelly and KMOX are giving you the chance to win a brand new furnace this winter season. Just go online to KMOX.com/contest through March 1st and nominate someone who you think deserves a brand new furnace. Sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning. Win a brand new furnace. For more information and contest rules, just head to KMOX.com/contests.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from
We can be twinsies.
to
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
$351 DGS on KMOX. Our divorce says, I have to ask why Wheels gave the bird on the stream.
I missed that.
Must have been a great
I was
conversation.
giving it to Dave, but it wasn't like at Dave. It was about the conversation we were having.
I
And
asked
that's
his opinion on
this
something.
would be my answer to that question that Dave presented to me from someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to remember the camera's on instead of just throwing that up there.
Yeah.
You're number one.
You have a good middle finger.
It's not bad. It's got a lot of use over the years.
Let's see it.
Well,
Nice.
yeah, it works. There's all those different ways of doing
I
it
have
too, right?
little
You
hands.
get the people that do the thing where it's like that one. Like I don't want to keep doing
Yeah,
it
I
on
don't
camera.
like- I don't like that one
That like
either.
feels like you're like, I don't know, you got your fingers in a weird position. This is easy, just all the fingers down, one up.
Trish has the best.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a good like a
She
pow?
has big, long fingers, and she means it.
Yeah. Leans into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all about the approach. It's all about the technique.
Yeah. You can feel when it's fake.
Yeah, performative bird.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Headlines?
Headlines is brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. I have kind of breaking news here. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has decided to boycott the State of the Union. She said, after much deliberation, I have decided I will not use my presence at a state ceremony to normalize Trump's lawless conduct and subversion of the Constitution. None of this is normal, and I will not legitimize it. Consequently, I will not be attending the State of the Union.
You
I
want to go
wonder
first?
wonder how many Democrats are going to follow suit.
Here's the problem with the argument. Okay, the problem with this argument is that it's going to people that are, and I'm not deciding who's right or who's wrong. We are critical of Trump, right? We're not afraid to criticize him or Biden when he was doing something stupid. It doesn't really matter. But if this becomes the standard where you're just not going to participate, then what's that message really? Does it mean anything, or is it just a thing to do? Is it just symbolic? Is it just, for points, basically? I'm scoring points with the people who will vote for me. Is there any real benefit to doing that? And are there other things that you could be doing as an elected official to change things and make the problem better? And I don't know the answer to that. I'm sure everybody who's opposed feels like they are, and everybody in support feels like they're doing what they can. But I don't understand. You chose this job. You ran for office. This is part of that job.
Benny Thompson, Representative Benny Thompson, will also be boycotting tonight. Thank you, Frank Ladd from KMOX, for sending that.
And I'm not saying their positions are wrong. I'm saying you signed up for this. And are you representing our needs, your voters' needs, but also I'm talking about our, like all 360 million of us. Are you representing what will do something for the country better, or is it just a stunt? If you can demonstrate to all of us that this could be productive in some way, that it might be helpful in some way, but it won't be, because what it's going to end up being is fuel for your opponent to feed to their supporters, and you're not going to convince anybody of anything.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing.